Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to RetroIsland.com. The only site for everything retro. The Retro Island Network for everything retro. RetroIsland.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of I Got Gameplay. Yes, my name is Michael Burhan, of course, and you know me because I'm the sexiest man on radio. And speaking of sexy, we have the sexiest voice on radio. Yes, he is the XXXX Gaming Podcast man himself, and the voice of Solid Snake. He is Mr. Xander. I love myself so much it hurts Scullion.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the fact that during Hurricane Arthur, we were on Skype and you watched me walk all the way to the gas station to buy a 40.
I was actually going to mention that later, but yeah. you literally, we should have just had the D12 song, Have a 40-ounce Guzzlet on while you were going on to get that. But it was kind of funny. He's the only man who would walk through a hurricane to go and get a 40.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I want to get drunk tonight. Fuck you, Hurricane.
Fuck you, Arthur.
So how you doing tonight, Xander? I know we've had some delays with the Exodus Gaming Podcast latest episode coming up because we've had a few problems in terms of Skype and such.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
You've done some great videos on the YouTube channel, haven't you? He's been the sole promoter of Shovel Knight.
Oh yeah, man. I think I've gotten about everyone I know to get this game. It's freaking awesome. But yeah, I've been really good. I've had a pretty good day today. Did a little bit of work at my job, and I went to I was going to use this as my gaming news because I've been so busy with work this week. But guys, go to McDonald's and get yourself a Happy Meal because right now they have Mario Kart 8 Happy Meal toys, and I get called to it.
Is this exclusive to the US only?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you guys in the UK already had Mario Kart Happy Meals, right?
No, you know what, Xander? I'm just going to say this right now. This is something that I'm not. No, I'm sorry.
Betrayal! Betrayal! Betrayed me!
Nintendo, Mario Kart toys, please. Come on.
Oh, you guys get so much stuff from UK, from Nintendo. It's not even funny.
Oh, that is true.
Nintendo of America sucks ass.
Yeah, you get Reggie telling you that his body is ready.
Yeah, and you guys get like awesome like promotions.
Yeah,
I think you guys are getting that Link scarf for Hyrule Warriors, so you guys can be Link hipsters while we just sit back there and we don't have anything.
Well, I'm not going to be a Link hipster. I'll probably have it on my wall somewhere. Well, I might go into work and just wear it just to be a stupid idiot. Be like,
you'll be going ah before it was cool.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get the cool Wii U bundle that you guys got for
we eventually got it. I mean, we got it.
All right.
I'll be running outside my office and just pulling out bushes looking for rupees.
Freaking jars.
Speaking of rupees, of course, we have the returning lady who's probably one of the busiest actors I know. She is a lovely female gamer and is also a voice of one of our characters in our Metal Gear Solid voiceover project as well. And that's Nina Kasky. And Nina, what you been up to? You've been missing. You've been MIA.
Yes, hello. Thank you for having me back. Thank you for the very flattering words.
Oh, no worries. It's all true, I swear. You don't have to pay me much.
Well, last weekend, I actually was at my friend's bachelorette party, Hindu. So I was actually doing real world stuff for a change, and I've just been auditioning and cramming monologues into my head, and I've got another audition on Tuesday, and yeah.
Monologues are awesome because you get to sit there and you get to go around and vocalize to yourself looking like a raving lunatic.
And I get to drive my boyfriend insane by going, look at me, tell me if, you know.
Yeah.
I can just tell after 5 years he's like, another one.
I make my look at me funny every time I go, oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, Mum, it's Macbeth. It's fine. It works. And then she'll just look at me funny and goes, who's Macbeth? And I'm like, okay.
No, this
Sorry,
is
Hamlet.
one as well. So.
There you go. It's Hamlet. One else in my Macbeth monologue, she just basically even looked at I was going to kill her. I was like, this is a dagger that I see before me. Don't touch that dagger. It's a butter knife. It's fine. Speaking
that is not real. That's the whole point.
Exactly. I'm emoting, Mother. I'm emoting. It's fine. I'm an actor. That's what we do. We emote. Speaking of emoting and butter knives, we also have a lady who's been showing very cute pictures of herself on Facebook quite recently. I was sitting there going, oh, she's been doing her cosplays. Jamie Styles. Jamie, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I've finally gotten my bank card in so I can open up my Etsy shop, which I've been trying to get opened up for months now.
Woohoo! Etsy. I have no idea what Etsy is, but woohoo!
It's a site where it's kind of like eBay, but more for the artists, and you make more money off of it. So.
Ooh,
It's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Can you pimp people on the Etsy shop? Because I might pimp Xander on there.
It has to be handmade, so
Let's be artistic.
if you make a Xander, then you can.
You can't. I don't think you can actually pimp me, but if you got some like pottery supplies, we can talk later.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So we know how cheap Xander is. So he's a cheap date. It's fine. Oh, look, I got you a Mario plushie. I'm all yours, lover. So speaking of all yours, we have the man who has been doing Let's Plays with me and been driven insane by Watch Dogs for the last 3 days, and has also been getting some amazing feedback in the video review that we did of X-Men Days of Future Past from Movie File. He's going to be returning on Movie File again with me this week to do RoboCop, and he is Mr. Oliver I Hate Everything, including Michael Burhan Hughes.
Hello, everybody. I don't hate everybody, but Michael Verhan cannot play games to save his life. Watching him play is like I would rather dig my eyes out and make myself go deaf rather than watch.
I managed to do that mission where we escorted the sister out of that.
Okay, yeah, yes, driving, yeah, it's just 3 days of relentless.
I fed you.
Failed a mission, hand the controller over to me, I'd pass it. Hand it back. Failed a mission, hand the controller over to me, I'll pass it.
I completed 3 missions on Watch Dogs, alright?
Out of like 50. But okay,
God.
yes, not crazy, but just a little stressed at Michael.
And he's also wearing SpongeBob SquarePants.
I am also being awesome and wearing SpongeBob SquarePants because I've done a lot of job interviews recently, and I realised that I'd stayed over Michael's house and I didn't have a change, so I went to Primark and bought some SpongeBob SquarePants shorts because they're awesome.
They are awesome.
I am getting a lot of weird attention from like 3-year-olds who are like, oh my god. Yeah, just grabbing at my shorts. It's like, please go away, little person.
You're like Squidward. You're like, get away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you guys. Speaking of Squidward, I don't know how he's segueing into that. Craig Kellerman!
Hey, guys.
You just sound like the life of the party. You know, when you go to a function, that guy's been drinking since like 6. He's like, hey.
He's like, hi.
I'm not gonna puke.
I'm fine, I swear. Did that wake you up?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. So yes, guys and girls, we were going to have a special guest on this week's show, but CG cancelled with us at the last minute, basically due to the fact that she's actually taken ill. So we wish her a speedy recovery. Hopefully, we'll hear back from her, maybe about joining us on another show. So we do apologise on that, but this is going to be a unanimous show. It's going to be something that Oliver himself actually asked me if we could do this week. Because one of the things that we had was we had a conversation after we did our Random AKA Mega Ran episode, which was awesome. One, we got to do the episode early, which was great. It means that I wasn't up at 1 a.m. doing it. And two, basically we got some huge info from Mega Ran talking about some of his sensational music and the fact that how he's made a career doing something he loves, which is also another positive. He wanted to talk about basically female gaming characters because he said we haven't talked so much about women.
Yeah, we've now got a couple of women actually had.
Something happened. Yeah. Sorry about that. That's for some reason something started switching on. But yeah, no, we have got a couple of women as hosts at the moment. We've had a foray of female hosts on the show as well. So, and we never talked about the female gaming characters. I think the only time I've ever talked about women on I Got Gameplay is when I was making fun of Lita Sarkeesian for an entire episode. I think Xander remembers that one, don't you, Xander?
That was like my first episode. I'm like, who is this girl? What did she do? And you're like, let me tell you, Xander.
It was like I basically hate this thing. It's like, whoa.
Standing by the ocean.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
You're kind of all over the place. I can hear static.
Okay, hang on a second.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, while he's getting himself ready, we might as well introduce him, of course. He is the man of many words and is also the gentleman who has he has legends about his girth. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself. He is getting your nerd on, one half of getting your nerd on, and a man who has a championship title for spending the least money on the most awesome games on the planet. He is Mr. Zach Latour. Zach, can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, how you been? We haven't heard from you in about a week. I know it's because of the whole, you kind of got last minute, you found out about the random Mega Ran episode.
Yeah, well, I was, last week, so I'm from Massachusetts, and last week I drove out to my buddy's wedding in New York, and I don't have a smartphone, so, I was in the car for 6 hours each way, and when I get home, it's like, I see you guys were having the episode early, and it was way too late by then.
Yeah, we do apologize about that. It's one of those things where we had to marry up the hours in terms of his schedule and ours. But it all worked out in the end, which was great. And it was a really, really good episode. The episode itself was actually generating nearly up to 400 views now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got to listen to it. But I won't lie. There's a little bit of betrayal there.
Did you just say betrayal?
Oh, not again. We've already done it.
Betrayal! Betrayal! Betrayed me!
I need to give you a cuddle. I think Zach... But Carla will probably be upset because I'd probably never let go. I'll probably be sitting...
Yeah.
It'll be me, Zach, and his AES in a threesome. Zach, what have you been up to this week? I know you've kind of had delays in getting your nerd-ons, posting up some of the videos and bits and pieces because you've been busy with your job as well and life, as always is. How's things been? Have you been... Are you looking at recording your next episode?
Yeah, I'm going to have an episode out tomorrow, but I would like to announce to everybody that I finally, for the first time ever, have beaten F-Zero.
Finally!
Nice.
Yes, it's happened.
That game's hard.
It has happened.
That game
is brutal.
Music, though, as well.
Oh, the music is amazing, yeah. But today marks the time where I've finally beaten the last track in that game.
Awesome. And I would like to announce to everybody that we've beaten Watch Dogs.
Finally.
And we regret it because we regret that game. Because it's crap.
No, it's not crap. It's just meh.
What would you?
That's even worse, I think. Meh is even worse than crap.
No, because there are good parts, there are awful parts, but there's nothing.
It's kind of forgettable, and there's no replay value. We talked about
meh.
It was actually quite funny. I mentioned it on the Retro Island live stream, and people were like, "Well, that's your opinion, and opinion's subjective." It's like, cool.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
My opinion is it sucks. So meh.
Yeah, meh.
But yeah, we're in the middle of doing that. We spent basically, I think, 5 days?
All of last weekend, all 3 days, all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday last week, and yesterday and most of today.
Yeah.
We were up till like 7 in the morning and then got up. And then
At 1 in the afternoon, we're like, we've got to play again.
No, we've been playing until 1 until just now. So, God, yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those where I'm glad I never purchased the game because it was excruciating.
And we had to keep playing because it's literally, the end is coming. The end is coming. The end is coming. And then the end came and you're like, ah.
Basically like being in a Turkish prison. You know, I'm going to die. I'm going to end up dying soon. It's fine. I know I'll never see my family again, but it's fine. They have to prove I had drugs stuffed up my bum. It's okay. But
Okay.
Going on from that, we might as well, as we've assembled the Avengers here, I think, let's do some news and talk about some games, shall we? So let me see if I can bring up the news thingy. Oh my God! What the hell is? Oh, this place, this thing is, it's so. There we go. Come on, where are you? I do apologise.
So,
yes. This is what happens when your soundboard's called a start. Hey! Latour, because you returned. What's in the news this week?
Can I go last today?
Oh,
is that doable?
I got some really good.
No, Xana, no. He goes first. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Last
you guys.
I'm joking. Xana, what's in the news this week? Xana?
All right. I had this really nifty video game app on my phone, and it told me something about Kickstarter, and we all love Kickstarter. I mean, it's spawned great games like Shovel Knight and Mighty Number 9 and the Ooh Yeah, which I'm a big fan of. Okay, here's the Kickstarter to make you guys laugh. Potato salad meets Kickstarter goal 20 times over.
What?
Yeah, I heard about this. I didn't understand the whole point.
We've been switched off
Zach
for a couple of days.
Yeah,
all right.
Happened on, yeah.
Potato salad?
All right. Yeah, let me get to this. Zach Danger Brown of Columbus, Ohio, wanted $10 to make potato salad, so he went to Kickstarter. Now he has more than $2,000 to make potato salad, proving a
That's some expensive potato salad.
No,
Better be good.
I want to come around his house.
I hope the backers get a lot of it.
I hope they've got weed in that potato salad because that's got to be the son of a.
Weed? That's going to be like heroin. like crack cocaine, heroin.
I think like cocaine.
No, crack's cheap. Yeah, it's got to be Coke.
Okay, whatever the most expensive. I don't know.
Coke potato salad. It'd be like Scarface with potato salad.
Snorting up potato salad.
Yeah, Tony Montana sitting there snorting up these big balls of potato salad up his nose. So
who are the idiots who gave him after you see that he has more than 10 quid?
Did he go to the special needs part of Kickstarter or something?
I have no idea. I want to make potato salad now.
I want his potato salad. I want to see what he does with $2,000.
But with the Kickstarter, you can see how much someone else has already
You know what
got,
he could do?
Right?
He could buy the potato salad and then bathe it in a rather expensive hooker. I think that would work.
Ooh, that
This
sounds
makes
good.
me lose hope. I mean, film projects that have like an amazing script can't get $200 together, but potato salad gets $2,000.
How do you know that this isn't the most amazing potato salad ever made?
Yeah.
It just shows you people just throw money at anything just because it's funny
What do
or
you
whatever.
throw money at anything? It's a recipe, just like anything else. It could
Speaking-
be good. You don't know.
Yeah, that's anything though.
Yeah, but
Speaking of
It seems
throwing
like
your
someone's doing a
money,
No.
guys,
Yeah,
one at a time. Sorry, Xander, what you saying? Xander?
Hello. Speaking of throwing money, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of throwing money, I want to talk about my favorite company in the most sarcastic way. Fucking Ubisoft. I'm going to talk about some Ubisoft right here. Ubisoft says players are more open to DLC now. Are you? Ubisoft VP of Digital Processing, Chris Early, said that players they just don't resist DLC and other digital content for games as much as they used to. Speaking with the Game Industry International, early noted that barely any users complained about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Time Saver DLC packs, which unlock resources, hidden locations in a game that you also would earn through normal play. There is no resistance, Early said. Maybe there are 12 guys somewhere who said something, but whatever as a whole, this wasn't a problem. Whatever the past players would complain that such features could be added to the game as cheat codes, early believers that Ubisoft is seeing less negativity these days because the publishers do a better job of communicating with the players' community. He said that Ubisoft also tries to make DLC that adds to the overall experience instead of asking players to pay for content that should be in the game to begin with, so they don't feel forced to pay for anything.
Whoa. So you're telling me players are open to paying for a cheat to allow them to fast track through the game, and Ubisoft says that's fine. That's like saying people don't mind anal rape as long as you whisper sweet nothings into their ear while you're doing it and use lube.
Well, the lube is at least courtesy.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
The reach around is not.
Well,
Stop using anal rape as a metaphor.
It's my favorite.
Regular
metaphor.
listeners will get tired. Use something else.
I've been using anal rape for like 83 episodes.
Alright.
Exactly. The show has actually a massive following from it. Anal rape should be on a t-shirt. Anyway, but it's one of those things where it is comparable to.
I got anal. That's you.
Exactly. I'm going to give you that t-shirt for the I Got Gameplay t-shirt.
I want a Hardcore Gangster kitty.
Okay, we need to do that. But the fact is, Ubisoft are taking the piss here. It's like saying, well, if we say it nice enough, you'll buy it. That's literally what it is.
No, I mean, if it's true, if they are only releasing DLC that adds to the game...
How does that add to it? Look, you could fast track and cheat through the game.
I'm saying, if they only did that, then yes, they can claim that. But what they're doing isn't what they're claiming.
Yeah, of course it isn't. And doing a press release about that makes me freaking laugh. Well, what does everyone else think? Zach, what about you? What do you think of this?
I think the title of this should have been Ubisoft is more open to DLC is your wallet. Yeah. All that they're doing is raking more and more money out of you. I mean, I've talked about many times how I'm not for this because a lot of time I can understand if a game came out and like 8 months later or a year later they have DLC for it. Like Alan Wake, they did something like that. It wasn't DLC, but you know, it was like a continuation of the story you could buy.
Yeah, it was American.
This stuff is, yeah. But this stuff is coming out like so quickly after games come out, and a lot of times the information is on the disc already. So they're just taking more and more money from you. I mean, I support the idea of DLC because when I really like a game, I like there to be an insane amount of stuff for it where I can enjoy. But when they've already made the game and the other stuff is already created and finished before the main game even comes out, it should be given to you already.
I feel like they planned some of this DLC before they even make the game. They're like, oh, we're going to have this.
Yeah, that's what they.
Oh yeah.
They plan it out.
Definitely.
They don't see it as like a positive. They're like, yeah, let's do it this way.
So yeah, break the game up.
Yeah.
Break it up into 3 or 4 smaller parts and sell them individually.
Yeah, it's like.
How can we make the $60 purchase into $200? Oh, I know.
So what we were talking about with Watch Dogs, it was like everything they put into the game just looked like they tried to make it longer just so people would buy it, if that makes sense. It's like they could have condensed everything rather easily, and it didn't seem like, oh, this game's amazing, I want to play more of it. It was like, this is drawn out. I don't understand why they've done this because it's pointless, and it's getting to the point where I'm just getting frustrated. And it seems to me, that they're just now, it's like at least EA were being honest to the fact they're twats, that they're being assholes. Ubisoft are kind of sugarcoating it. And I don't know why. It's like EA were like, look, we want you to pay more money for this, or we want extra things. We're doing it because we want to add copyright protection to our games, blah, blah, blah. Ubisoft are like, oh, as long as the fans say it's okay, then we don't mind raping them.
Yeah, they what they said is fans are okay with this, but what they're doing isn't what they said fans are okay with. Yeah,
Yeah.
fans are okay with DLC that adds content. But
that's not adding content.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's what fans are okay with, and that's what they're saying. Fans are okay with this, this, and this, but then that's not what they're releasing.
You're going into the dangerous foray of pay for play.
Yeah,
that's literally
they're
what it is.
misrepresenting what they're.
Jamie, do you agree with that? Is it? Are they going into pay for play?
I think they may, but I think they may be heading that way, to be honest. And it's all right.
If someone's willing to pay.
That's the thing.
It's okay to the point where, like, you know, if people are willing to pay for it, yeah, I mean, they deserve that shit. But if nobody pays for the stupid shit at all, then they're gonna change their strategy up.
Well, you know what? I've said this myself, and and I'm in agreement with Xander. Anytime I buy a Ubisoft game now, it's going to be pre-owned because I'm not supporting the company, because I just feel that they're just being very, very underhanded at this moment in time. They showed it, in my opinion, at E3 2014, how underhanded that they could be. So it kind of annoys me to a sense.
Well, they joined the list, man.
Yeah.
Like, look at EA. EA does a lot of that underhanded shit. So does Activision.
Which episodes ago, if you guys remember episodes ago, I was saying that Ubisoft is pretty much EA, but they've been trying their best not to look shady, and it's finally catching up with them, and people are finally looking at it and being like, dude, Ubisoft, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They got too big.
It's happening.
They're becoming something a lot different from what they set themselves out to be. Now, Ollie, what about yourself, Ollie? What did you think about this?
What?
About the Ubisoft tactic. I know you're saying that you feel that Ubisoft themselves, that if there's someone out there to buy it,
I think that companies have been doing this. I mean, if you look at the Call of Duty games, they bring out DLC of that about a week after it comes out, and then again and again and again, and people will pay $30, $40 for the DLC when it's an extra map, an extra 2 weapons, a different color. There are people who are willing to pay this, and to be honest, if someone's willing to pay this, let them pay it. I'm sorry, I am not going to be, I'm not going to get annoyed over idiots willing to spend money. If the money comes out of my pocket, I'm not going to pay that money. So Ubisoft, yes, what they're doing is unhanded. They're a company. If I saw a way of making money out of idiots, I would do it. Well, my moral compass would be like, oh, that's a bit dodgy, but I can understand how people would. So I've really got no problem with it, because you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We got to realize these games cost a lot of money to make, so they're going to try to get as much. They're going to try to milk as much money as possible.
But the problem is,
people are buying.
You gotta think they spent a lot of money showcasing games on PC software at E3 to show people how great their games are going to look. Yeah. And they're watered down when they actually come out.
Who buys a game, unless you guys bought Mario Kart because you knew what it was going to be. You knew how good it was going to be. But who buys brand new games because of the graphics? It's the same people who will buy DLC full price without looking into it. It will be people who are willing to spend that extra money. They're not all idiots, but they're all willing to do it. And do you know what? If you're willing to buy a game on a preview without seeing any actual gameplay, then you deserve to spend that money.
Yeah,
it's the same people. It's the same people that buy HD remakes of games that came out last year.
Yeah, but good on them. They got the money to waste.
Yeah,
as long as they're not.
Or just when they. EA, when they put out a game, if you buy it used, you got to buy an online pass or something to play online. Or,
stop that now.
You know?
I know, but the worst thing for EA is the sports games. It's the same rehashing over and over again. But people will buy the new.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
The new installment every year. People will pay another 50, 60.
When they could just update a roster for
Exactly.
No, that's exactly it.
Okay.
Games, the FIFA games.
What do you guys think about things like Super Mario All-Stars and Ninja Gaiden Trilogy for the Super Nintendo? Because when those games came out, the games that that those are all based on were already out and probably cheap as hell at that point,
But
and they're
saying
selling these new games.
Lost Levels weren't a part of the Lost Levels. Basically, wasn't a part of Metal Stars. I mean,
Okay,
you're
okay,
getting
I mean,
something
one
new.
extra.
but you also got updated.
Yeah, but like to be fair, when you buy some of these HD remakes, they include all of the DLC or like a Game of the Year edition, so you don't have to pay for any of that extra stuff.
Game of the Year edition is a completely different thing. I agree with him. That's a kind of a...
I know for the Game of the Year.
Well, that's good if you don't own it. If you don't own it, it's a great idea to buy an HD remake.
DLC now because I wait for the Game of the Year edition to come out because it has everything on it, and it pays the same price as if you would bought the game new anyway. Because it's just, you know, it gets silly when you buy that DLC and they release a Game of the Year edition, because you end up basically with a game with loads of DLC that you paid probably like $50-$60 for, and then paid the extra probably $10-$20 for the DLC.
And you've used up loads of memory on your console for the DLC.
And then you got the game it bugs me to hell when they do stuff like that. But saying that, speaking about that, Namco Bandai have actually released free DLC for the upcoming One Piece Unlimited World Red, which is on the Wii U, coming onto the Wii, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, Nintendo 3DS as well, and it's currently on Nintendo 3DS, I believe. It's actually a port of the 3DS version, but they are the new DLC that you're going to get it to actually prolong the game and give it a bit more sort of emphasis. It's a new world map, more levels. You're getting that absolutely free. So, you know, at least one company doing it, right? They don't have to do it. They're giving it for free for... And I would like to see more companies reward their customers with stance like that, you know. You're paying £35-40 for a game, $40 for a game, and then they add the little bit extra on top. So what do you guys think of that?
I agree with that.
Yeah, you know,
I agree with that as well. I think that...
No, I don't agree with that. That's a horrible idea.
Okay, Jamie, sorry, you first?
I think that's a good idea. I think that, you know, they should be saying, oh, well, you know, thank you for buying our game. Here's a little something extra. You know, here's that little extra oomph that maybe you were looking for.
Yeah. Anina?
I think it's a good idea because nothing puts me off a game faster than, oh, I just bought this game. But to access the rest of the levels, you have to pay another 30 quid. That puts me off immediately. Like you, I'd rather buy the Game of the Year edition and just have it all. Literally, I had to stop my boyfriend from buying, this was like 6 months ago, he was playing Arkham Asylum, and he was about to buy an outfit for Batman. And I was like, are you actually, no, you won't even go shopping for real clothes, but you'll buy a pixel outfit for 3 quid. Just no. Just don't. He just so sucked in the world.
There's
right?
actually if you're talking about are you talking about Arkham City or Arkham Origins?
Can't remember, to be honest. I think it was Arkham City.
I would say
if it's Arkham City or Arkham...
So I was saying Arkham...
Yeah, go on, Zana.
Well, I was going to say, because Arkham City, you can actually put in a code to unlock all the costumes.
And now
he's not having enough to do that.
Does that kind of make you just sit there and scratch your head and think, I'm the smart one in the relationship?
Yeah. Honestly, I was like, really? Pixel clothes? Really?
If people want to
step away from the console for 5 minutes.
But yeah, no, I agree with what Oliver's saying as well. It is basically by...
Yeah, there's a lot of MMOs and stuff out there who are like free to play,
and
to get certain things you have to pay, and people are willing to do that.
This is the big thing as well. This isn't a new trend. This is coming from like your MMOs. I think Zach would know this. Like World of Warcraft, you're spending extra amounts of money to buy extra levels, extra weapons, extra outfits, tons of stuff. You know, EVE Online as well. Think about that. Again, you're spending loads of money to get all these extra outfits and bits and pieces. Now, going on from that, Van, you got any more news from us?
I think that's about it, other than the rumors that are spreading around that there might be a new Wii U bundle for Smash Brothers.
Ooh.
So, I mean, because, there's a lot of going on with the Smash Brothers, from, like, the adapter with the GameCube controller to the figures. There's so much that's coming out for it.
Yeah, they're getting, apparently they're going to be releasing Amiibos for Mario Kart as well, which I can't wait for. You know, that's gonna be amazing when they get that. And yes, I know that does count as DLC because you're buying figures, but they look nice.
Oh no, I'm just very. I know you guys are all Nintendo lovers, but it just feels like Nintendo are the most hypocritical people with rehashing the same thing over and over and over again. It literally is. I looked on the Nintendo website recently, and I think half of their new games were either Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Kirby, all games that have got like 30 games in their series already. It's like new ideas, please.
Well, the thing about Nintendo though is they never claim to really like think outside the box. Really, they're kind of like when you buy a Nintendo game, you're buying it for Mario, you're buying it for Link, you're buying it for those things. So, I mean, it's kind of like people know what they're paying for. But when you get like Call of Duty, they come out with Call of Duty and they're like, this is going to be the most revolutionary first-person shooter that ever came out of the face of mankind. And it's pretty much just refreshed models.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all
they've
it is.
actually got, people have cracked the Call of Duty game, the new ones, and they've actually got old codes from the old ones, where they've just recoded it. That's all. It's not even a new game.
Yeah, right. First of all, Xander, you should do commercials. You should definitely do like dramatic movie commercials or whatever. But
in a world
started by a man. In a world. What I was going to say was, when you say like they're always making Mario or Donkey Kong or Zelda, like give us something new, they don't necessarily have to give you new characters. If you look at something like Mario Brothers and then Super Mario World, and then how they went in the direction of Super Mario RPG, those are three completely different types of games, or at least two completely different types of games with the same character. So you couldn't look at Super Mario RPG from Super Mario World and say, oh, you give us something new, we don't want the same Mario. It's a totally different game. You look at Donkey Kong Country, the Donkey Kong the arcade game, and they gave you something completely new. So it doesn't matter that they're keeping the same characters alive forever. I mean, they've had the same characters since like 1980 whatever. Mostly, it is all their mascots. So you can't say that because they're giving you the same character, they're not giving you anything new. They've given you new things all the time, new genres, new types of games for the old ones.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No, I completely understand that. It's just something that's just new characters are just something that I crave. But that's probably just. I don't
get Splatoon.
Yeah, fair enough. No, they have got. I've looked at some of the new Nintendo games and they are really good. But moving on, does Zach, do you have any other?
The only news that I had today was about the whole. Dude, is somebody on like a flight line with a jet passing by them?
I think it might be Amy. She keeps popping up. Are you okay, Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, I think your line is a little bit odd. There's a lot of background distortion.
I'm literally just sitting here.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone now. Don't worry. Go on.
Anyway, the only news I have is about Lindsay Lohan allegedly suing Rockstar over her likeness in Grand Theft Auto 5.
I saw that.
Like a year, like ages ago. I heard this month.
Yeah, well, it's like.
Why do you make me look like a crack whore?
I remember it started a long time ago.
Single blonde woman ever made in a video game.
But wait, is it meant to be her? Is she a major character? 'Cause I've played the game. I don't remember any Lindsay Lohan characters.
Do you remember that girl? I have not played Grand Theft Auto 5, but do you remember the girl from like the promotions who was in the bikini on the beach, like giving the peace sign?
But
she's holding up an iPhone. Well, what's meant to be an iPhone.
Yeah, well, every Grand Theft Auto has that. That person's never in the
That's
game.
who she's talking about.
That's a random
It says the character is Lacey Jonas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just a random NPC, so I know what she's getting all her... I think she's just out of the news recently. She's just like, I haven't been in the news. I have to get some headlines.
She's probably like so strung out. She's probably so strung out she forgot she sued him before. She's like, oh yeah, I forgot I did this like 4 years ago.
Fine.
She needs more crack.
I'm assuming Rockstar's legal team is rock solid. They've been sued enough times for everything under the sun.
I will say I do miss the old Lindsay Lohan. You know, like back in the day, she was pretty hot. I feel bad for her.
There.
Yeah, I agree.
Me too.
Did you guys see her or at least? Yeah, but like her within like the year, like when she was in Playboy, she was pretty hot.
Oh, okay.
At least I thought so, anyway. They made her kind of look like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, but I mean, if you if you look at the art of any, even GTA 3 and 4, there was a woman. I mean, I think it was 4 where there was a woman bent over a police car. That person in the game.
That's right. That's the same place I think that I was talking about.
Yeah, that character's not in the game.
What character?
Lizzie basically suing Rockstar for her likeness. You know the woman on the front of the cover?
That's not Lindsay Lohan.
Who's bent over and like doing a peace sign.
Can I ask her a question? Does she sniff coke?
Probably.
Is she drinking booze? No, in the picture.
No.
Does she have saggy tits?
No.
Then it's not Lindsay Lohan.
Touche.
Oh God.
It makes me laugh how desperate people get. It's like...
Yeah, she hasn't been in the news for a while.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. I don't even think it's for money. I think it's just basically on the fact that she doesn't give a monkey. She wants people to say, oh, look, Lindsay Lohan's doing this.
And we are.
But not really. People
she wants to be relevant again.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just go away? They hoped that she had the show that she was doing for Oprah, documenting her life, and it was just mostly just her basically drinking heavily, going to clubs and picking up. It was just like, well, and then Oprah shut the freaking season down, the show down after the season. You know, Jamie, what about you? Do you think Lindsay Lohan is just starving for attention?
I think she is. Like, I think she kind of misses the attention that she used to get, and considering how far she's fallen, I think she might be trying to find a way to climb back up into the popularity thing, but this is clearly not the way to do it. I mean, she wants to get back on attention. She needs to, kind of get her act together.
She never will, though. That's a problem.
Mean Girls was an awesome movie.
And she was hot in that. Now she just like she's a crack girl. She looks like one of those crack whores at the back of an alley.
See, I can't look at her.
I don't really know what most of the crack whores at the back of an alley look like. I'm just probably professing that they probably all look like Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, no, I couldn't see.
Yeah, but they can't charge more than like $5.
She slipped too.
Exactly. And
more. I said that was a point.
What about you, Anina? Do you think she's just shaming herself?
Yes. I never really. To me, it was just like, oh, this is this girl who's been in this one movie. I was never, blown away by her talent. I find it really tragic. Yeah, she's just keeps just digging her own grave, if you know what I mean. She gets a bit better, then she does something even worse, and I don't even feel sorry for her anymore. It's just like, what crazy thing is she doing now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably crack or somewhere or another, I don't know.
At least Britney's putting herself together.
Well, not really.
Yeah.
She's doing better. She's at least admits she has a problem, and people will now feel empathy for her.
Well, of course she had a problem. She got her hips confiscated from her problem like a big fat ex-dancer. So, yeah.
Oops, I did it again.
Exactly. Xander, what do you think of this?
I just think she's just wanting some people to talk about her again. And that's all it is. She just woke up one morning and she was like, holy shit, no one talks about me anymore. Paris won't return my phone calls, son of a bitch. So.
That's exactly how I feel every morning.
Sorry, man. I'll talk to you more.
You need to. And by your nickname on my phone is Paris Hilton. So.
Well, our name and our podcast are called Slappy Brothers.
We're not like he keeps trying to us to basically. It's like we do that together. We need to have a team name. Let's call each other Slappy Brothers. I was like, no. It just.
I kept saying it, and it's gonna stick.
It's not gonna stick.
It's gonna stick.
We're not gonna. It's not gonna be Slappy Brothers. I swear to God.
Who agrees with Slappy Brothers?
Please don't. So yeah, going on from that. what a little bit of extra news we got on there. Anina, do you have any news for us this week? Any more news for us this week, shall I say?
Unfortunately not. I've been too busy in the real world of my career. And the only thing I've played this week have been crappy casual smartphone games. I feel ashamed.
No, that's fine, totally.
I feel ashamed.
Craig, what about you?
What's say it again? Ask that question again.
News?
Oh, news. Okay. Well, I have something that came from Xbox Live. They definitely flubbed up this weekend, and they were charging people for EA Sports game demos. So if you were trying to demo, you were going to pay like $4 or $5 or like $4.
Well, that was EA.
Yeah,
that was
EA.
That wasn't Xbox.
Well,
But it's on
Microsoft's still
Xbox
getting
Live.
my hate from it.
Yeah, I mean that's stupid. I mean, if you have your credit card in there and then you accidentally hit it because you're just like, oh, a demo, and you just spent $5 on a fucking demo.
Oh, don't get me started on that. My son basically purchased Sonic CD using my card details without me knowing.
But you love it.
I do, actually.
Yeah, Sonic CD is a good game, though.
I was playing the game and I was saying to Dando, it's actually a pretty good game. I was like, he only spent like £3.
That's a great game.
I was kind of like, you shouldn't have done that, sorry, Dad, and then changed all my passwords. Because I keep changing my password once every month, and he keeps getting into my account again.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the secret crack.
No, I've been here and I've got what's your password, and he said it to me in front of the kids, so of course they're gonna know it.
Yeah, but he's only like 3. I don't expect him to have that good memory retention.
Hey, there's something to do with something he wants. He will remember it.
I've got to remember that. But he put the password in, download Sonic CD, and I've been playing it. It's a good game. I was like, no, son, that's wrong. And I sat there and I was like, I'm not feeling. I want to play Sonic CD. Oh, this is actually kind of awesome. Oh, I'm feeling kind of dizzy. Turn it off.
Yeah.
But in terms of those like demos, I never expect anybody to charge for demos. But as Xander actually quite pointed out previously, after Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes happened, it's starting a trend.
Yeah, they're not going to charge.
Yeah, but what was there's something in the news about this like 3 years ago where somebody was doing this. Someone like charged for a demo, and it was made like headline news and stuff.
Yeah,
do you remember what game that was?
I think they even had companies like charging now for press versions.
Yeah, there was Metal Gear Solid demo that they charged like $30 or $40 for. I remember that.
Yeah, Kojima charged that.
No, that's Ground Zero. We're talking about something else. I'm talking about like this happened like 3 years ago, where someone charged for a demo.
I'm trying to think who it was. It's probably EA. Most probably was EA.
Probably.
Probably was EA. Yeah.
Well, the worst thing is like for a sports game. Come on.
Oh no! It was Capcom. They charged for a demo of something.
Okay. What was the demo for? Do you remember?
No, I'm gonna Google it right now.
Google it.
Probably Resident Evil.
Googly movie.
I was going to say, if it was 3 years ago,
Probably
it was
Marvel
more
vs.
than likely,
Capcom.
I think it was it would have probably been 6, because Operation Raccoon City, but no, 6 came out. Well, 6 came out in like 2012, I think.
Yeah, it's been 5 at the time.
Jamie, did you hear that there's a Resident
They needed to make money off it because nobody was buying it.
5. It was Resident Evil 5. Because I remember that was one of the list of things loads of people had. It was Resident Evil 5, and one of the issues people had with that was the fact that you had to, you had to pay for it, and I believe it was a
demo that featured?
Yeah, and secondly, it was because it basically had you killing a bunch of black people in it. Which,
oh my god, okay, no.
in
Africa, you won't...
The virus,
they were in Africa.
The virus itself actually originated from Africa.
What about Resident Evil 4? Everybody was
upset.
Spanish. It was insane.
They were so upset that you were killing black people in Africa that they had to go back and put in a whole bunch of white people. They were in Africa. Who lives in Africa?
Actually, I know a friend of mine who's...
Yeah, but South Africa is full of white people.
What?
Yeah.
I was thinking,
No one got upset. No, no one got upset when you were killing a whole bunch of Spanish people in Resident Evil 4. I
know, that did make me laugh. I was sitting there, I was like, are people my god, that's disgusting. They're killing a load of black people. Do you want the zombies to be Hispanic? And no one minds it's like fucking terrorists. And I always laugh when people like going, you should be offended. Why? I don't really give a crap. They've all got blooming like beards and they're wearing hijabs. I don't care. That doesn't really.
So you got beards and wearing hijab.
Yeah.
Wow, that.
Make sure they're reading books to make it look better.
Views there.
They're bearded Muslim women.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't really get monkeys. For me, I don't see race gaming. It makes me laugh, and
Yeah, if it's appropriate to the setting.
Yeah.
In the Middle East, it's like going a Call of Duty game. Oh, you're killing loads of Muslims.
Oh,
like,
don't get me
in the Middle
excited.
East.
I saw someone the other day, one of the most stupidest things that I even heard was a woman putting in a petition out for Nintendo to make Link a black woman.
What?
And I was just like,
What?
Yeah, I just said, I was like, you know who Link is, right? Yeah, but you know, look what they're doing in terms of films. I was like, right, you know, okay. Firstly,
No, he's a Hylian.
yeah. It's secondly, well, they could do a reboot. I was like, you know what? Just because you want a strong black female character in a game, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. You touch my Link. If they change my Link, I'm going to go to Nintendo's head offices. I'm going to stab someone.
Yeah, don't change a franchise. Like, I don't know, make Donkey
Yeah,
Kong.
you make a new character. Make a new lead character.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
When has it been a bad thing to have white people in anything?
You know what?
You guys, I was about to say, guys, I was about to say, you guys probably haven't read too much news about the new Zelda game, but it's pretty much turning into an MMO, and they're talking about having character customization that Link might not be exactly the Link that we all remember. I'll just say that.
That's fine.
You can make him what you
But that's
want.
Fucking Nintendo.
You can make him.
Fucking
This is exactly what Ollie just said there. You can make.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, you can make it what you remember. It's not going to be a situation where it's like Link's going to be set as a character. If you want to change Link's gender, that's up to you. If you want to make Link into a big, fat, bloating man, you can do that. If I could make Link into a me version of myself, I would be happy.
What a big fat bloated man.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it like Michael.
How
Every time Zelda's like, Michael, can you help me? I'll be like, yes, let me unsheath my sword, princess, and it'll be awesome. Oh wait, that's my Zelda porno that I've written for myself. I'm just gonna go and put that.
Moving on.
So when you say MMO,
I'm gonna put that script.
like, does that mean like the next Zelda game is gonna be like have multiplayer and everything? Like it's gonna be massive multiplayer,
Yeah, they did.
or it's just gonna be like
Pretty much. I mean, that's what they're shooting at.
Well, I don't
That's
mind
what they're
that.
hinting at.
I don't have an issue with that whatsoever, but it's when someone just goes, I'm going to petition Nintendo to make Link a black woman, and it's just like, okay, right, obviously you haven't seen history of the Zelda games, and secondly, I understand what you're saying.
I probably think Link is Zelda.
What do women think of?
Yeah.
What do you women? What do you think of?
Women, what do you think?
Yes. What do you?
Maybe they should make Zelda
Let's all go and cook some
a
fish.
black woman. That'd be fine. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Jamie, what do you think of it?
Do you think it's like specifically? I think there needs to be more women of color starring in games. But on the subject of like making like a black woman, what? I don't understand. I mean,
They probably
why?
think that Zelda is, as the title, is the main character.
Okay, now I
They're
did used to think before I knew anything about Zelda that Zelda was the guy, and I was corrected.
Die.
Did Anita go, oh my god, and then have a panic attack?
Yeah, you know why she said that? You know why she said that?
My
Just
boyfriend, my boyfriend's in the room with me, and he goes, "Oh my god, babe!" And I think this is grounds for like divorce. We're not even married, and I think this is grounds for divorce.
I think it's.
But I was 9 or 10. Okay.
She's betrayed us.
I was 9 or 10.
for him.
Okay, guys. I was
this
9
was
or 10,
kinda
and I grew up
recently.
on like in the. Okay, guys, I was 9 or 10, and I grew up in the middle of the country with like no resources, in the middle of
Betrayed me!
Really, guys? Really? Really? Also, Zach gets his way. Is that it?
That was your
Is
boyfriend.
that it? Zach gets his way?
No, that was for your boyfriend.
What do you mean I
Oh,
get
it's
my
my
way?
boyfriend, so I'm
You
still getting
betrayed
my
us
way.
with that kind of comment.
Oh, she's like 20.
I was 10. I was 10 living living in the country in the middle of bumfuck nowhere,
James,
in the God's
Before it was
country,
9,
no
now
one
it's
else has it.
10.
Jamie, can I ask you a question? Yeah, have you got
Yes.
a T-shirt that says "What if Zelda was a woman"?
No.
Then you're okay.
I got something to make you feel better. Jamie, I got something to make you feel a lot better. When I was young, I thought Crane from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I thought he was a nutsack.
What?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Why was he the guy's stomach?
Wait, he was a nutsack
No,
with
but even-
tendrils.
It doesn't make sense. They even made his name Tyrone. Like they call him
I didn't know he was a brain.
That's almost like one.
Oh my god.
He's like, I am a nutsack.
I haven't dropped yet.
Hello, Shredder. I am going to impregnate someone. Oh my god. So, Zach, what was your what was your basically the character you felt was something different? Did you ever believe that Samus is? Actually, you know what? I have got one. When I was a little kid, the most stupid thing I actually remembered was I felt Samus was Metroid.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well.
There you go. Samus's name for me. I thought Samus was Metroid. So, what about you, Zach? What was the character that you felt that you mistaken for something? You're probably a clever kid, so you probably didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I knew everything, but I'm trying to think because I don't know because I really don't know. I just remember, like I told you guys, that when I played Zelda for the first time, I didn't even know there was a game. I just walked around like an idiot. So I don't know.
Did you get lost in the Lost Forest for like 8 hours?
I didn't even know what was going
real
on
life.
in that game. I was like, this is my life now.
Yeah,
but I
weird
didn't know there was even a game for that.
He just left the house. He took his clothes and was like, "Mum, I'm going into the forest now, and I might not return. I'm going to rescue a princess."
And then
It's dangerous to
man
go
raped
alone. Give me that knife.
Hey, listen.
He'll be like, "I'm going to get."
Oh, that really pissed me off. Hey!
Hey, listen.
Fuck off.
Over here. Hey, listen.
I don't know while you sleep.
Hey!
He was having nightmares about it the other day. I was doing it to him while he was sleeping. I was like, "Hey, listen! Hey, listen! Hey, listen!" And then Ollie was just lying there going, "No! Stop it!"
I do not remember this.
That's why you couldn't sleep last night. Anyway, so going on from that, I haven't asked you, Craig. Have you ever been a time where you saw a character that you didn't know the character was who they were supposed to be?
I'm sure, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. I'm sure there was, though.
Man,
You thought Samus was a man?
I thought same as a man until she first died, and I was like,
you can't.
Yeah,
but
I thought that
everybody
too.
before they saw that thought she was a dude.
Yeah, that was like a big surprise
I mean,
thing.
everybody
It was
at some point. Yeah, exactly. Everybody at some point thought that chick was a dude.
until you die. That's
Well,
a
I
nice reveal.
I remember playing the game, and then when I got to the end, she revealed herself to be a woman. My dad was like, "That's a girl? Oh." And then
Did
walked
you
off.
not click every time you died, or did you just not die? You're epic if you play Super Metroid and die.
No, it wasn't Superman.
I love how it was misogynistic, and then in the end, you see her in her bikini.
Yeah, my dad was like looking at it, and he's like, "That's a woman," and I was like, "Yeah, Dad."
Just look.
I was like, "Yeah, that's cool, isn't it, Dad?" And my dad just looked and went, "I thought that was a bloke," and then he just walked off. And I was like, it's kind of thing that your game experience. I was like, okay. You know, but he was the same. My dad was the most misogynistic guy on the planet. He would basically look at Miss Pac-Man and goes, "That's just Pac-Man with a bow on." Freaking cheap.
No, if you see some of the arcade art for Miss Pac-Man, it is creepily kind of sexualized. No, really.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy. It's pretty spicy.
There's like the ghost looks like penises coming from the ground. It's like they're like pink, and it's like, why are they pink?
I don't want to know.
I was like, that's really creepy.
That's kind of rapey.
That is. She looks really happy, and she's got legs crossed, and she's all.
How could you make Miss Pac-Man sexual?
Legs. Since when does Miss Pac-Man have legs?
Yo, just look up Miss Pac-Man Rule 34. You'll find out.
Oh God!
Oh, no.
No, Anita, do not do that. Do not do that.
I won't. Full shouldn't have limbs. That's just a rule. That's just a rule of life.
Rule 34?
No, Rule 34 should not be applied to Miss Patman. That's all I'm saying.
No, it should be. It should be applied to everything ever.
Oh no, because you're going to see some nasty stuff. Oh my god.
I know, she's wearing blush and makeup and...
What? Are you showing him?
We've just Googled it, but look, there are images where there's other
We're
characters.
not doing Rule 34.
No. We've just literally typed in Miss Patman.
Yeah, just the arcade cabinet. But I know the further I go, the deeper I go into Google, the deeper it's going to get, and it's going to end up with a Rule 34 image. Why has she got her legs up in the air?
What the hell is that about? Look, that's basically a penis.
That is basically a penis. There were no words to describe this. And, oh my god. What there's a meme. I'm not even going there. Anyway.
But close Chrome. Close it down.
I think we need to. Goodbye, Ms. Patman. We've had a nice day today. So yeah, let's go on to that as well. And Nina, what about you? What was the game character that you never thought was the actual character that you thought it was going to be?
I can't think of a game, but I can think of an anime movie. Spirited Away. You know, the main love interest. I thought that was a woman.
Oh, but... Yeah, and
certain
Japanese anime is very ambiguous with its gender.
Yeah.
They are, but
I think Anita Sarkeesian needs to get laid.
How they both fell in love. They're both girls, and he was like, "This wasn't a bloke," and I was like, "No."
You lie.
No genderless voice ever.
That's not Master's voice. But they do have, in certain animes, they do have male characters actually voiced by females, like Naruto is actually voiced by a female.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, just Bart Simpson.
Yeah, but Bart's she's actually very good at doing a boy's voice. But anyway, you know, as another actor, we go back to the days of Shakespeare, where boys used to play women. Anyway, let's move on. I've got a little bit of other game news for everybody here. Do you know who Cliff Bleszinski is? No, I'll unanimously have that as a no then. His new studio is apparently hiring almost every position on his team. We're just 3 days away from Cliff Bleszinski's new project, and returning developer announced that his studio, he would confirm being the Boston Productions, a very clever name there, is now officially hiring developers. He answered a few questions on Twitter, mentioning the reason why there are formal career opportunity ads, and also recruitment email in the studio's hiring, almost in all its positions. He also mentioned that he's looking for both recent graduates and experienced employees as well at the same time. And basically, he also says that it's around the Valley, North Carolina area to make a break in the game industry. If you want to shoot a mail to him, you can do at recruiting@botkey.com. Interesting, Bleszinski responds, following to a question of where he considers someone with formal diploma. He says, talent and passion matter more than a scrap of paper ever could. So anybody out there who's interested in game developing, if you have the talent, if you know that you can develop, give him a call.
Or an email even.
Or an email. So we'll leave it at that now, guys, and we will go on to our little Blake session, as we always do for I Got Gameplay. So we're going to quickly do that before moving on to our next part of the show. We're going to be talking female gaming characters. So we'll be back, guys, of course, right after I can find that song. There we go. This. And we are back. Hello, ladies and gents. We are back again. My name is Michael Byrne, of course, as you know. And today we are talking female gaming characters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it over to our hosts first, of course, about their favourite female gaming character and when they found out about them. So we'll start with you, Oliver. Who was your favourite female gaming character, and how did you find out that they were female? What did you like about them as well?
To be honest, my first favourite female character was me as a young teenage boy, and it was the first Lara Croft game. I was a teenage boy, and I was like, oh my god, she's got a huge rack.
Oh my god, those are some huge blocks.
Like so many.
I was okay with the unsophisticated graphics. All these kids nowadays with their polygons and no, 2 triangles were fine for me at that age. But yeah, that was my favourite for a while. And obviously Samus, she kicked ass.
But so Lara Croft mostly for you was a sexual thing, right?
No, I mean it was a good game. There was a lot of guns, there was a lot of explosions, but I mean it held my attention. Everyone's quiet.
Yeah. No,
I'm not. I'm not a creep perv. I assumed I wasn't the only one in the world.
No, but that was the choice. When...
No, actually, mine was Lara Croft too, and I am a lady, so.
Okay, what was?
Hello.
Yeah, well, Laura.
Well, one said that. Anina, so what was your experience with her then? Did you basically see her and think, oh my god, she has huge blocks, or did you think, oh look, she's strong, powerful, and she's fighting those dogs and doing stuff? Dinosaurs.
Well, first one I played, I must have been about 7. And I just remember being fascinated by her hair. I know it's weird, but I used to swim in the little swimming pool she had and watch the braids float around behind her. It's fascinating. And because she is a strong, well, probably the first sort of strong kick-ass character, it did, have an impact, obviously. And I still like her, even though she is, she was ridiculously proportioned.
Well, no, nowadays, actually, your game...
Now she looks like she could exist.
Yeah, she looks like
falling over, which is great.
Exactly. Zach, you were going to say about Lara Croft?
Lara.
I'm going to say that Lara Croft is the most famous female game character who's ever been created.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's great. I was obsessed with the Tomb Raider games back in the day, and I remember they took me forever to beat. I mean, I used to play them all the time, and I mean, they just took absolutely forever. But they were good games, and she's a very strong female character. But I thought that she was interesting, and I don't feel like there's much backstory in the original games, but now they're going back and doing all that stuff. But she was great. Lara Croft is someone that. She's always been a badass. Forget female or male, she's just a badass.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think she's popular with males and females for a reason. It's easy to say, she had triangle boobs, but there was a reason she was that popular.
Yeah, it was also the fact she was awesome. I when I was younger, I think I was at the age of 13, I believe, when I first saw Lara Croft, and she, for me, and I remember friends, we had the same conversation that Ollie was having, which was basically, wow, she's got a big rack, and damn, she can jump. I remember I was getting obsessed with trying to find the naked sheet, which CVG, I believe, was the ones that it was Electronic Gaming Monthly put out the whole thing that you could actually get her naked in the video game, and it turned out to be false because they were doing that April Fool's thing. But she was the first strong female character because she led the game. The Tomb Raider series of games did amazingly well because of her character. And once you put all the sex appeal aside, she was a very strong, dominant female character that managed to basically put herself out there and succeed in a genre of gaming which was highly dominated by males. The Uncharted series, that all came from her. That's basically Nathan Drake is kind of, in a sense, a carbon copy of Lara Croft. So what about you, Xander? What was your first gaming female character that you saw and thought, damn, that's she's pretty good?
I would have to say Princess Peach, Super Mario Bros. 2.
God.
It's fun. I mean, I'm not talking like we were talking all about like the sexual stuff. I never thought that. I just thought, I was like, man, like she was the character to play as in Mario Brothers 2 because she had that whole gliding thing, and I remember playing that and being like, why did she always get kidnapped by Bowser? Why didn't she just jump over his head and glide across the castle, But I mean, other female characters I can think of is, of course, Chun-Li from Street Fighter. You got to mention Thunder Thighs.
That was
also Jill from
the spinning bird kick. Everyone, I remember like a few friends of mine were like just their jaws to the floor. Like, how does she do it? And show anything? But yeah, no, Jill Valentine as well. Again, a very strong female character. Yeah. She's actually in the only good recent Resident Evil game. That's just how amazing she is.
Resident Evil games have.
Wait, what are you talking about? That's good and amazing that she was in.
Revelations.
Oh my God, that game sucked ass.
That game was amazing.
Yeah, talking about
the story was boring.
But it brought it back to its survival horror.
The story was boring.
It brought it back to its survival horror roots, and she wasn't topless in the game.
That it did. But think about it this way. Yeah, it did, but think about it this way, is that Resident Evil Revelations had one of the most sexualized Resident Evil characters in the game, and I felt so fucking bad for her. Rachel Foley. The girl that you fight that turns into the ooze monster, with the one that you'll remember as the blonde one with the big tits. She is literally one of the most sexualized characters in Resident Evil. Her suit is canonically will not zip all the way up because her tits are too big. So they left her in an unopened suit. Canonically, that is why her suit is open. They would have made her a custom-made dive suit, and instead they left it open to sell the game. Why? Because she was in the trailer, not Jill.
Hey, sex sells.
Hi for Wolf Metal Gear Solid.
I agree.
True.
I agree with you on that one, Jamie. It shouldn't sell, but
Well, I don't mind, women being half naked. If where are the pixel six-packs? You rarely see that for women.
Saying that, in Revelations, you did have Chris Hyde showing his man boobs.
Oh, God, yeah, no, I thought I was going to puke because Chris Redfield's one of the dumbest, ugliest things to ever appear on this earth.
They've turned him into a steroidal maniac, haven't they? They really have turned him into a maniac. Yeah, he's just like literally sitting there in the chair with his six-pack and his man boobs hanging out, and I'm just like, what can I say about this? This just seems really weird.
God of War?
Not to mention that the DLC outfit was him in a sailor outfit, and his thighs look like Thanksgiving turkey.
Sailor outfit, honestly.
I have to agree on that one. So, going on that, talking about that quite recently as well, Craig, what about you? Who was the most dominant female character that you knew? The one character that you looked at, the one that you looked at and thought, wow, she actually kicks ass.
Lara Croft.
Did you have the same sort of
video?
Did you have the same sort of thing most guys have, where you're basically going, man, she's sexy, or damn, she's actually really good?
No, I always thought she was damn really good because she was like the female Indiana Jones for me, man. Like, I love those games because she would just go and explore fucking shit, like jungles and all kinds of crazy ruins and stuff, and she was always really like powerful to me. So she was a really good character, always has been and always will be, especially the new Lara Croft games. Really awesome. Tomb Raider, love it.
Brutal. I have to admit, I was watching some of the gameplay. So I wanted to actually.
They were hard. Yeah.
It's brutal. You see this bit where she's like going down this freaking ravine, and she has this freaking stick from a tree just goes straight up her throat, and it's very graphic.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's graphic.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it's awesome though.
Yeah, no, it's extremely awesome because you look at that and think, that's who I wanted Lara Croft to be. I wanted her to be this person who.
You want her to have something down her throat?
I did.
She wanted her to be this sort of person person who had a struggle. You wanted to know what her story was. You didn't want her to be this rich bitch that Angelina Jolie portrayed her as, of, oh, look, oh, look, my butler's here always, and stuff like that. I wanted her to be something different. And I'm glad they've rebooted it, because it sounds kind of harsh, but the other one wasn't as realistic as she could have been.
Yeah, Lara Croft did end up becoming super hourglass, like really like back pain heavy.
And it was like snooty.
Yeah, I'm talking like the original first two games were like realistic. Because they were like survival games, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like a bunch of guys with guns shooting at it. It was like, you know, you had to survive. You know, if there was a bear, you had to figure out how to kill it without, like, it killing you right away.
And I think the Angelina Jolie films didn't do her any favours either. I really believe they didn't do her any favours, because it made her out to be a snobbish...
Bimbo. Yeah. She's smart. Lara Croft is a fucking genius.
Yeah. And that's the problem. And I think that's probably kind of the reason why the character kind of declined until they did the reboot, which I'm kind of happy with. I'm actually really happy with, and I want to get a copy of it. So let's go on from there then. Jamie, what was your favourite female character? Obviously, it wasn't Jill.
Well,
you just no.
I do like Jill. Like, don't get me wrong. I have to say that, damn, I'm like the only one whose first female character wasn't Lara Croft. Well, I grew up like up in the country. We didn't really have a game store. Like, we had Walmart, okay, and I wasn't. You know, I didn't come from a well-off family.
In the country, we live on bargain basements, so we had a Walmart. Yeah, go on.
Like, I didn't have a game system. I didn't have a game system until I was like, what, maybe 7 or 8?
Oh my!
Like, I didn't get a game system. Yeah, I didn't have a single game system. I didn't know, what it was, and so when I was like, a little bit older, I started. I thought I would get some of the, PlayStation 1 games, which of course didn't have really any female characters unless you want to count like, SpongeBob or whatever. But my first one that I got for the PlayStation 2.
Lara Croft was on PlayStation 1.
That I got, the first one that I really got was Sly Cooper for PlayStation 2. And, God, I remember Carmelita Fox stood out to me because she was the first badass female. That was awesome. I mean, she was the head of, like, the police force, and you come in and you can't get shot by her gun more than, like, 2 to 3 times or else you are down. And, like, it was so awesome. And I loved Carmelita. She was awesome. Like, but once I got a little older, I have to say that one of my most favorite characters now, I am of course a fan of Ada Wong from Resident Evil. Though I wish that she would be portrayed a little bit better instead of just, oh well, Leon's in this game, let's put her in the game so that they can have some sort of like love triangle interest going on. No, fuck that shit. She's better than that.
Oh, she's not. Leon's not in number 6, is he?
No. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the main character.
They've made it out that him and Ada basically had naughty, nookie, nookie.
That's always been from number 2.
Saying that, her story's been the one character that I think number 6 has done well for was Ada Wong, because they fleshed out her story more.
She has her own campaign. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like Carbon Copies, like Chris Redfield's story, just for me, I could have played without, because it's just watching Redfield's those small arms and those big, huge muscles where he looks like he's taken about a fucking case of steroids.
But that's the point, where all the characters have gone from the original thing. Like, Chris has gone into the military, Leon has gone into...
the Secret Service.
Yeah, they've all got different roles, so they all deal with different threats.
But then you had Wesker's son, who turns out to be the solution to it.
Meow.
Meow. As soon as I said Wesker, you just went, ah! I just heard your ovaries just explode.
Okay. A lot of people think that Jake is actually some sort of like Gary Stu. They're like, I hate Jake. And I'm like, well, maybe if Jake and Sherry had their own fucking campaign instead of a campaign that referenced every single thing that their fathers did, him and Sherry would have both been more fleshed out.
Who was Sherry's dad?
William.
William Birkin. He was the quote villain for Resident Evil 2.
The tyrant from
he wasn't a bad guy.
The G-virus, the only person who was infected with a G-virus.
Yes, I remember. Myself, I was actually, mine wasn't Lara Croft, believe it or not. My first video game character is the same as Xander's. It was actually Princess Peach. she went from being this damsel in distress in Mario 1 to basically being this playable character in Mario Bros. 2. Because I remember picking up Mario Bros. 2 and I was like, and I was playing through this game and I was seeing, and I played as her, and she was the most used character that I've ever played in the game. She's like floating. You know, actually no, she wasn't as useless as Luigi.
Yeah, who skidded.
His legs.
No, she was awesome.
Every time his legs would go,
Princess
he'd be
Peach was
kicking
awesome.
the air. I just couldn't play with her.
Luigi was
Yeah, Luigi was shit. Most of the time I played with Toad because I found him more sort of versatile and easy to use. I hated playing with Mario, hated playing with Peach, and I hated playing with Luigi. But she would, you know, she's in the later games. She's actually one of the.
Going on.
Craig, is that your phone? Someone has got himself some new armor. But yeah, on from that, because she was the first character that I played. I liked her a lot better now, but the funny thing about it is she is actually the first female character that my daughter's played with as well. And my daughters actually love playing Princess Peach, Rosalina, Princess Daisy. They love all those female characters in the Mario games, and it was actually quite funny in Mario 3D World before I unlocked Rosalina. They were fighting over who would play Peach. They would just go ballistic. I've seen these two little girls like nearly beating each other up because they won't play Peach, and then cry about it. But you know, it's a good thing. I think in terms of strong, domineering female characters, people don't understand sometimes that gaming isn't just a man thing. It's something that's for everybody. Gaming should be versatile and it should be to everyone. You know, men, women. You know, it can basically in terms of gender, in terms of stereotypes, in terms of anything that you want to play. It's not just about one thing. It's about a whole slew of subjects. You know, one of the things in gaming that people hate about in the Final Fantasy series, and I think Zach can attest to this, is Lightning. People hate her.
Oh my god.
The thing is, that's new and
Lightning.
I have to admit, I can't stand Princess Peach. I mean, she's a little princess who wears a pink dress and has a squeaky voice, and
yeah, she's very.
Oh my
She's very.
God, she's such a stereotype. I want to hit myself on the head.
Hey, she can't change her voice, okay?
I know, but she's very Disney.
I know, but can she not be such a? Oh, I love Mario.
Hey, I worked out why she loves Mario. Because he goes around collecting coins. He's a millionaire. He's a. And every time he gets a new castle, she's like, "No, you're not rich enough. I'm moving to the castle." She's not in this one. What?
Well, you know what? If I was going after someone and they were in another fucking castle, I would give up. I'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm done."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I fought a fucking fire-breathing lizard. Fuck this! You're not here. I'm going home.
I'm done. I'm going home. He can have you.
Oh, he did. He had many children.
Yeah, I still think she was cheating on Mario. What are you saying, Zach?
I don't think someone in a pink Princess Frilly dress is a really good role model for small girls. Like, this is what girl is, and just that.
My daughters love.
I think that's a good thing.
My daughters love Disney princesses.
Yeah, but that's buying into the whole. Disney has done so much damage to young girls.
How do you say that?
Because teachers. I mean,
without a doubt, I agree 100%.
Yeah, old school Disney. I mean, modern Disney's not as bad, but old school Disney.
Old school Disney was full of racists.
No, I mean, ignore the racism side of it, but it teaches women.
No, but it teaches
women.
What a wonderful day.
Sit there and wait, and the perfect man will come along and will look after you. You don't have to do anything apart from care for them, and they will look after you.
I think back then, yes. But now it's kind of a different
animal. Yeah, that's what I mean. Modern Disney, they've changed it a little bit.
Look at Kim Possible. My daughters love Kim Possible.
I love Kim Possible.
Modern Disney, but if you go to...
She's a much better role model.
Yeah, she's like a secret agent, and she has a boy who's her sidekick.
I know, but what a major Disney?
Snow
White. No, Aladdin and Jasmine are still quite new.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 90s, 80s,
Snow
90s.
White, I agree with you.
Snow White.
She was living in a house
Little
full of
Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty.
And care of them.
What's her name?
Well, I
I do have to say this, like Snow White, Little Mermaid, those aren't Disney stories to begin with. Those are old, grim fairy tales.
Yeah, but Disney have...
But they
and,
changed
you know,
them. They
totally
brutalized
different.
them.
Yeah, but little girls love
They
and they're
changed them.
princess. I don't want to be this princess. I want to be this person.
Okay, do you know my daughter Hannah? You know who she likes to be?
Oh.
Belle. You know why? Because if you actually watch the Beauty and the Beast cartoon, Belle is a bitch to that beast.
Yeah. Do you know how many people really...
And
how
she
many
saves
females,
him in the end as well.
Do you know how many girls I know who are jealous of Belle? Because she's like, Beast goes, oh, I'm giving you this entire library. And she's like, awesome.
Yeah, no,
that's a good role
but
model.
he's like, you should stay in my...
Give me things.
You got to stay in my house to save your father. She's like, I'll stay here, but I'm not going to like it.
Exactly.
And then every time, like,
Yeah, right.
his talking China basically brings her into the room to talk to him. She's like, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, he's sad and lonely. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm in prison here. And that's... My daughter loves her to pieces because of the fact she is badass. She's
Yeah, but
not
most
a
Disney
conventional
isn't
princess.
that.
I agree.
And that's what I mean. That's what Princess Peach is. Princess Peach, like your kids were asking me the other day, why is Princess Peach, why does she exist? And my only answer was, she was created for something for Mario to do. Mario needed a damsel in distress for him to actually have something to do. Otherwise, he's fixing sinks. But I don't. What do other people think of that? Why?
Okay. Yeah. What does everyone think of Princess
I
Peach?
think that's true. They just shoved her in, so he had a goal.
Oh God.
No pun intended.
Yeah, that brings. There's a saying in the UK, and Nina will probably know this one. Every hole is a goal. that's.
I wouldn't say saying. I'd say crude.
Yes, it's a crude joke in the UK that we use. But that's Princess Peach. When you start, I just laughed and I've just thought of that joke. But Princess Peach, do you think that's do you think she's a bad role model?
I think if it was a one-off, fine. But I don't think she is a good role model at all.
3D World, right? She's not the one to save. She's the one to save it.
That's one game.
Well, Super Princess Peach.
Yeah, just one game out of all of them.
Super Princess Peach, she saves Mario and Luigi, and I know I shouldn't really be going on about that game, because that game's mostly about her being on a period, because you've got the mood change meter. That literally that's what the game is basically about. Nintendo kind of screws up on. But you do have she's turning into a strong female character. Alexander, what's your opinion?
I think she'll never be a strong female character.
Xander,
you know what I mean? There's so much...
What, like on Peach?
Yeah. Xander, do you think she's a strong female character?
I mean... Oh, absolutely not.
Do you think...
Like Peach, no. I mean, she's the damsel in distress, like, totally.
What, even after...
I mean, I think later on, I think that, you know, they've kind of made her a little better, you know, but, I mean, she's Princess Peach, pretty much, in a nutshell.
You have to say she's princess.
What about you, so Anina? I know you were saying about that she's basically a damsel in distress. So I'm going to grab some other viewpoints in this. Zach, what about you? Do you think she's being painted in that way?
No, I mean, besides Super Princess Peach, she's never been the protagonist in the story. She's always been the person who somebody's been trying to help. I guess in Super Mario RPG, she was actually pretty badass. She had group hug, and good luck beating that game without group hug. I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah, I don't know. She's not really a protagonist. She's just a person someone's going to save. So normally, at least, and she's a bitch in Super Mario Kart. Everyone can attest to that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but like.
Well, even after 3D World, you say that he's basically, as you said, with Super Princess Peach, you think that she's still basically the character who's just needs saving.
Well, she is, but like I think her best performance is in Super Mario RPG, because in Super Mario RPG, okay, so if you look at Super Mario 2, you can beat that game with anybody. I think Princess Peach is the one I used to use all the time. even though like I think Toad is the most well balanced. And you look at Super Mario 3D World, and that kind of takes the same physics from Super Mario Brothers 2 and makes it into a new game.
Yeah.
But if you look at Super Mario RPG, which is my favorite game of the entire franchise of Mario, she is a necessity. You can beat the game without her. It is possible, but it's very difficult compared to beating it with her. Oh, lol. Anyway, but yeah, she has group hug, and she can like heal the entire party, and she's the only person in that game who can do that, unless you have like one of those mushrooms that heals the entire party or whatever it is that heals everybody. She has the only power that can heal the entire party. So I feel like if you look at something like that, she's completely necessary and she's badass. But normally she's the one being saved. So.
Yeah, but again, her role has changed just like the roles of the Disney princesses. I don't believe, he's turning into. She's still in that same role. She does every now and then, like the new Super Mario Brothers, the new Super Mario, like Brothers 3DS, of course, the new Super Mario Brothers U and stuff. She still has that role, but she's kind of changing and defining something different now.
She's spinning off into her own things, but her primary position is to get kidnapped. That's who she is.
Yeah, that's like the ongoing joke of the series, too.
Yeah.
Like, even if you play Paper Mario, that's like the ongoing joke that she's always being kidnapped.
Yeah, and I love Paper Mario because it has some of the nuances from Mario RPG in that as well. But it's done in kind of a very Nintendo-ish way. So,
yeah.
Jamie, what about you?
Even her big power is called group hug. I mean, that's
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Is like, yeah,
she's
number one, she's the damsel in distress constantly. Number two, she wears pink, and she's blonde-haired, and she's blue-eyed, and she's perfect, and she's saved, and her little thing is called group hug. I don't even know why this is a debate. She's not a strong female character.
But what I'm saying,
I don't understand why.
Drop it. You're outvoted.
No.
You're outvoted. Drop it.
Nintendo is changing her.
No, they're not. They're grass.
That's bullshit. They're never going to change her to be a strong female character. I don't understand why this is up for debate.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay. Hang on a second. So you said that
Brothers?
she has group hug. Yeah, well, right. Super Smash Bros. Is another thing, but you say that you bring up group hug, but like she can still fight like everybody else. It's not like she only has group hug. She has other things. I mean,
she hits him with a frying pan.
She has.
With a frying pan, something from the kitchen, where a quote woman should quote me.
Oh God, get out of here about this. But what I'm saying is, okay. So there's other characters who can heal too. It's not like she's the only healer, where she's designated healer because she's a female.
Then why don't they name it something else, like something?
Who cares what they named it? Who cares if they named it like Dig to China?
I'm not talking about you, dumbass. I'm talking about a company.
No, I know, but it just doesn't matter what it was called. Who cares if Mario had group hug? Does it matter? No, she got group hug.
Then it would be. Oh wow, Mario has something called. It would have been like, something heal or something like that. Princess Peach, who's the quote, typical female who hits someone with a frying pan from the kitchen, has group hug, a cute
Okay, well,
there was attacks in that game were very cutesy, so...
Yeah, but okay, you look at Paula in Earthbound, she's a female, but I'm pretty sure anybody could use the frying pan. You also look at something like...
That's okay. That's fine. If anyone can use it, it's fine. But if it's just females can use it, then it's sexist.
No, because there's certain items that only certain people can use in that game. So, I think one of the things is called, men's work pants. Is it sexist because she can't wear them? Because those are made for Mario?
Yes,
who cares what they're made for? No, because they're made... They're made for him. You look at any RPG, and there's always going to be times
where my boyfriend's pants.
Yeah.
Okay, no one's talking about your boyfriend's pants. What I'm saying here is you play any RPG, and there's going to be items that some people can equip and some people can use and others can't. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. It doesn't matter anything like that. So, whatever.
Well, those RPGs, it's not gender-specific. It's, it'll be class-specific, not gender-specific.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they are. He's the only one I'm pretty sure who can even wear them. So it's it doesn't matter. Who cares if they call them Mario pants? It doesn't matter. It's they just call them men's work pants or work pants. Let me check out what they're actually called. Hang on a second.
Okay,
They're-
so
they're-
Just want to debate because I
comes
say
an
no.
agreement then that Princess Peach is basically not.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's move on from that one then. This game, the first time Nintendo actually put a strong, powerful female character into a game, which wasn't, because we went through the NES, was Samus, and that was the Metroid series. So let's talk about that a little bit. In terms of that series of games, Samus, apart from the what was that Metroid game? It wasn't Prime, was it? It was the was it the Prime? It wasn't the Prime series. There was a GameCube game I remember that came out, but it got heavily ripped to shreds because of the
Other M. That's the Wii game.
The Other M. That was it.
Hmm.
She
She got whiny and powerful,
Yeah, and she was relying on men.
Yeah.
Get male right.
All right.
Really stupid.
I'm sorry.
because-
Hang on one second. Okay. Let's clear this up real quick. So all of Princess Toadstool stuff. So it's not Peach, or who is is Toadstool Peach or Daisy?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Toadstool is Peach.
Toadstool's Peach. They
All right,
call her
so all of
Toadstool
her-
in the cartoon series, but actually in the game series she's Princess Peach.
Okay, so all of her stuff that she equips, all of her armor are dresses, and everybody else are pants or shirts or capes. So, yeah, it's just whatever. It's just stuff designated for one person or another.
And
It
it's
doesn't
gender
really
specific.
matter.
And it's gender specific.
They don't do anything for anybody else. It's like, what's the point?
It's still gender specific, and it's still
Yeah, but-
like, oh, I'm a female, I have to wear dresses.
Well, Mario's not going to wear a super bra.
I think
Yeah,
it's
true.
bra.
If you look in Final Fantasy VI, I'm pretty sure Realm, who was the daughter, like the youngest person in the game, she could share things with Strago, who was her grandfather, and Shadow, who was her father. I'm pretty sure all of them could. Well, I'm sorry, spoiler alert to anyone who's never played that game. But anyway, I'm pretty sure they could all rotate things between the three of them. So it goes either way. It doesn't matter the gender; it just goes from character to character.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is that in Mario they were named gender specific and made gender specific.
Well, men can wear dresses.
Yeah, they can, but you don't see it happening because it's Peach's dress and Mario's pants.
I just think that there's bigger things to do in that game that designate who the hell is wearing what. They're writing this big story, making this huge thing, and the last thing
You
they
have
cared about.
completely missed what we're talking about in this series, haven't you? We're talking about strong female characters and designating gender-specific things.
I know, but Zach is actually putting a point across that Peach can be considered as a strong female character.
Yes.
No, just no.
Oh,
Her role
no.
has significantly but there is a valid point here. Her role has significantly changed from what she was in the past. Xander is arguing that role is still the same, even though she has branched off, and so is Oliver here. You both, Anina and Jamie, you're both basically arguing that her role has never changed.
No, I'm
She's changed as a character, but she will never, brush off being the damsel in distress. No matter if they put her in combat trousers in the next one, she's still gonna be squeaky voice Princess Peach.
Okay.
Right.
Mario saves.
But don't you feel that, because my daughter uses her as a role model, and from my perspective, I don't see anything wrong with it. And it's not because I like her being the damsel in distress, it's because when my daughter watches her, she watches her for her own adventures. It's like, I'm trying to think of a boy character. Yeah, Kim Possible, her sidekick, Ron.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, Ron Stoppable. He's seen as the weaker character to Kim, but yet my sons actually like him as a character anyway because he has his own adventures, even though he's always the character that ends up getting kidnapped for Kim to save.
Well, that's a good thing. That show is, pushing the, changing
Yeah, but it's
kids and opening kids up to a new place to be. That's a great thing. I'm fine with Princess Peach. It's not that I'm against the entire character. It's just that if every single character is like that, it's
Right.
it gets
How do
really, wrong. And if you look at games, most characters, leading characters, are still male. They're still
Right.
male. It's still, oh look, this game has a female character. It's still a thing that people have to highlight. And that's the thing that really bothers me. Oh, look, a
Right.
female-led game. Why
Okay.
can't it just be a game?
And even when it's a female leading it, it has to be like, oh, look, it's a female. Oh, ha ha, look at her big tits.
Okay.
Oh, ha ha, look at her scantily clad outfit.
Wow.
Majority
let's
people.
go for Lightning. Let's talk about Lightning, though. Lightning, when she first came out in Final Fantasy 13, I believe, she wasn't that big titty sort of.
No, she's not. She was the powerful, but she was.
She was a moody, powerful, and very aggressive female.
She was a bloke.
Yeah.
But
woman.
She was a female fucking Squall.
It's only that the president of Square Enix decided he wanted her to have big boobs and then went out and said that he wanted to marry her. But she's still a strong, domineering female character. Am I right on that one, Zach?
Yes, I 100% agree.
Yeah. Even though, as I said, 13 is considered one of the worst in the Final Fantasy series.
Not because of Lightning.
That's nothing to do with Lightning.
No, it's not.
I think it has everything to do with Lightning. Well,
No,
not everything, but something.
It has everything to do with the gameplay. Lightning herself is probably one of the coolest characters in Final Fantasy, though.
I agree.
Come on, Fang is a stronger character than Lightning.
Who?
Fang. Yeah, Fang is way stronger than Lightning.
Who?
Yes.
Fang, is that 13?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
the
still
other
Fang.
chick.
Yeah. But then you got Hope in that, who is a whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
she is.
But the thing is, Lightning, though, is considered the leader of the group, even though she doesn't want to assume that role.
Yeah, but that's because she's military. That's because she's forced. That's the whole point. She's forced into a role.
But the stories are good. And then that's another thing. There's one thing that I've actually put out with Craig there. The story is great.
It's Final Fantasy. Of course it's going to be great.
But the utilization of the gaming mechanic is terrible. And that's what brought the game down a peg. Then you had Final Fantasy 13-2, which Ollie actually loved. I haven't played it yet. Ollie loved the game.
I like it.
And I've gone through Lightning Returns as well, which then you see Lightning take a more softer approach because she becomes, and this is not my words here, the basically a messenger of God.
We're jumping to Lightning.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying about strong dominating characters because I'm trying to sort of evoke a sort of obsession here. In terms of her character, she has always been a strong female character, and I know you guys were saying there has never been a strong female character in games. She is the...
There's loads.
She's kind of, yeah.
There are loads of strong female characters in games.
But that's
They're
what we're going to talk
primary.
about.
No,
they have
90%.
to.
Yeah, Final Fantasy is no stranger to having strong female characters either.
Exactly.
Terra from Final Fantasy VI was like one of the main characters, and she was like ultra powerful.
You can normally tell who's the main character of those games by the name. So like Cloud, Squall, Terra, the people who normally have the name associated with the Earth or the planet in general are normally the main character of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can see, basically, in terms of the Final Fantasy series, they got it right, and they've been going on since the days of Nintendo.
To a point. Some of the female characters in the Final Fantasy series are a little...
They are a little sort of...
Ferris, Final Fantasy V.
Riku annoys the hell out of me.
Oh, God.
Riku is one of the worst female characters I can think of. I just wanted her to go away.
Yeah, she creeped me out. She was like a
I didn't
sexualized
care that she was the best.
She was really useful.
She was useful, but I hated her because I needed her. I was like, can you just not say a thing?
Super fucking useful, though.
She was. That's why it was so frustrating, because I hated her so much.
I hated Yuna.
Yeah, Yuna's a wimp as well.
Why? No, Yuna was good.
No, Yuna was like, oh, I'm so in love. Oh, here's a spell. Oh, I'm so in love.
But again, we're going back to the point of Yuna. What is her role? She's a healer. That Final Fantasy does that a lot. The female characters are the healers. The men
she's
are
a
the fighters.
summoner.
Yeah, but
She's not a healer.
Yes,
She's a summoner.
Lightning.
And she's gonna defeat Sin. And she's the ultimate weapon that they're protecting.
Lightning was never a healer. Lightning was never a healer.
No, but that's why 13 is... With 13, anyone can be any role.
Yes.
Right.
Even though the mechanic of the crystal system kind of was...
13 was just a badly done game.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was bad for fans. It was bad for new people.
Because the gaming mechanic took away from the revolutionary aspect of the game itself. That it was a great... The one thing about the Final Fantasy games in general was they always used to tell great stories, regardless of gender, regardless of political elements, regardless of any characters within the games themselves.
But they used to mix gameplay with storytelling, which made it work better.
Yeah, and the problem is, recently, that's broke. you know, because they still put in the great stories, but they're kind of doing a rush job on the gameplay. So they leave broken games.
It's what modern audience want.
Yeah.
Flat characters too. I mean, for the most part.
Susanna, what is your memories of the Final Fantasy games? And is there, do you believe that characters like Lightning stand out?
I never really cared for Final Fantasy 13 anyway, and it wasn't because of Lightning. It was just because it was not my kind of game. It took away the open world. It took away the exploration that I loved about Final Fantasy. When it comes to like female characters and all that stuff, I mean, it is an RPG. So in that sense, I mean, you can make the characters as strong as you want to make them anyway. It's a role-playing game.
Exactly, and you're assuming the roles of the characters that you play. So
I mean, you think of like Tifa. I mean, Tifa was a strong character. I mean, she kind of kept Cloud in check, you know. And
but look at her, like they made her fucking. She's like super busty.
Yeah, she was nothing but a...
Somebody just say Tifa was helpless?
No, she was never. She was really never helpless.
She
was just nothing but a sex symbol.
She was. I mean, she wasn't even that great of a character. Honestly,
no, she was that great of a character because if you play Final Fantasy VII in the way of Tifa, she has a very specific way that you can play her where, like, you can add one thing to her that takes her health and everything down really low, but it makes all of her skills go through the roof. And then there's another thing that like is called like God's Glove or whatever it's called that you can put on her. That if her health is low, it sends everything like double through the roof. And if you use Tifa, she can do insane damage. Plus, she kicks. And I always thought that she was awesome. That has never been a character that was
I always took Yuffie over her.
Are you kidding me?
Lulu over Tifa any day.
Yeah, Lulu.
Choose who over Tifa?
Lulu.
Lulu? Who the hell's Lulu?
Who's
Lulu? It's a black mage in Final Fantasy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I thought we were staying within the same
that's
game.
the gothy woman.
Ah, yes.
With the little Moogle dolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's also very busty. And when she wins, like when she kills people or like monsters, and then it shows the battle, like the victory thing, and she like bends over and she like shakes her tits. You guys notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
but
that's a
I
little
like
ridiculous.
attitude. She didn't speak a lot because she didn't feel the need to, yak on like Riku, and I like that. Yeah, she's got big tits, but there was this
But
sort
that's
of
what they did
strong
for her.
silent thing about her that not a lot of these Final Fantasy games have,
Yeah.
and that was really nice.
I will say that one of my favorite all-time female characters in a Final Fantasy game is Celes from Final Fantasy VI. And first of all, she was like a general of their army, and she had this sword where she could like hold it up in the air during a fight, and if you used it, anybody who attacked you with magic, it would automatically not work because she used her sword. And so, she was strong as hell, and you found her throughout the game, and she was an awesome character.
Well, Beatrix in Final Fantasy IX. I know she's not a playable character, but she was a general of the army. She was badass. Yeah.
But then again, you look at I'm not saying this isn't like a badass person, but you look at Ares in Final Fantasy VII, and if anybody took the time, I have not, but if anybody took the time to get Ares' final limit break, it's called Great Gospel. Great Gospel is amazing, and it's probably the best limit break in the entire game.
It is. It's so sad when you lose her after the first fucking disc. Bastards.
And she's a healer.
She is the healer, but there's also other people who can heal. But the thing about Great Gospel was Great Gospel not only resurrected everyone who was dead, it healed it. So it didn't only heal everyone in the party, it resurrected the dead ones and then healed them also. So Great Gospel was amazing. So even though she's a healer and a female, she's still strong as hell, and everybody who would not love to have her in their party the entire game.
I would. I know she's gonna die. I void her. I dump her as soon as I can.
I would love to have her in my party fighting fucking Ruby Weapon.
Do you know what the worst part about that is as well? There was rumors going around that she would that you could stop her from dying, even though it was a super part of the game. They're like, oh, it's a great, so you can bring her back. the only way you can actually bring her back with a final limit break is actually to plug in an action replay.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say Game Genie or action replay.
And it's just to glitch the game. But that's a fun thing about that. So going on from that one, let's talk about Samus a little bit, because the Metroid series is one of Nintendo's biggest franchises as well. And again, this one is led by a female character. And I want to go into the whole Other M sort of saga in a little bit as well, because that kind of fucked the character up a little bit. It made her into something that she wasn't, but it was made by a different developer. It wasn't actually made by Nintendo. It was at the time when Nintendo was actually licensing their properties out to other developers, which are starting to do now. So, Xander, you're a Nintendo fan like myself, right?
Yeah.
What do you remember about the Metroid games? When you saw Samus the first time, what was your opinion of her?
I thought that she was I thought she was a guy at first until like the end of the game. And also you could put it in the code in the original Metroid and she'd be in like a swimsuit. I remember that. But once I found out she was a woman, it didn't really change my opinion on the game. I still loved it, and I was like, she's pretty cool.
One of my favorite games is Super Metroid. I've got the port of it on the Wii U. That Oliver was like, you play it a couple of times.
I have every time I get a chance to, I jizz over that game. I love that. Not the characters or anything.
I need
just
to watch
the game.
my Wii U pad.
Man, I love that game. That game is epic.
It is, and it's because the character is amazing herself. And again, that's the thing, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't know about well-written characters, regardless of gender, regardless of where they are. If they're epic, if they're awesome characters and they've got a great supporting story and they're well-written, you won't care who they are.
Yeah, you remember now and again, oh yeah, it's a woman, or oh yeah, it's a guy.
Yeah.
You're playing, you're just playing. You're playing.
And she was badass. So, Anina, have you ever played the Metroid games?
No, that wasn't a series I played, I'm afraid. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. Should hunt it down, really.
Yeah, I remember my first time playing it was on NES. My dad bought it for me. He was kicked out of the house. I believe it was in '92 by my mother, and was living in his shop at one point because he did something very naughty, and he came home with another Nintendo because I had my Nintendo that he bought for me, and he came home with a second one, and he goes, "A mate of mine owed me some money," and he gave me this, and one of the cartridges he had with it was Metroid, so I popped it in, played it, and I was just like playing through this game with this person in a spacesuit, and it looked amazing. And I remember just playing through the game. I was so addicted to it. And then when I got to the end, and when we find out that Samus is a woman, my dad just sat there and was like, "Huh, okay, it's a woman." Well, it was a dude. And then, well, Dad, I'm just sitting there playing it. I was like, "Dad, that was awesome. Is there a sequel?" I wanted to get a hold of this game and play some more of it. When I heard of Super Metroid, I was just so amazed of getting back into this game. And she is the definition of a strong, powerful woman. Time where females weren't even considered. Well, females were considered in the same line as Princess Peach, damsels in distress. And then you had Nintendo break this gem out in a sense. It was a difference.
But have you seen, she is epic in all her games, but have you seen what she's like in the new Smash Brothers?
No.
Basically, they've given her a skin-tight suit rather than her armor.
No, she can do too, can't she?
Yeah, but they've given that as an option, an really unnecessary option.
Yeah.
That is
key to have her.
Stupid.
And I will say this too. A lot of people mention about Other M. But one of the problems with Other M is Samus is a very weak character, but if you look at who helped develop Other M, it was Team Ninja.
Let's talk about the Other M then. This was kind of a downfall for Samus' character because it's considered a bastardization of her character in general. I've seen a lot of reviews on it. I haven't personally played it, but it's like she's adhering to male stereotypes in a sense. She's basically being in a submissive kind of role, and she's considered very whiny. So what about that? What about her character there? Why did Team Ninja go that route, do you think?
Well, isn't Team Ninja the same people behind and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but
Devil May Cry.
Well, Devil May Cry, and aren't they a part of the Dead or Alive series?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Dead or Alive was basically a joke. I remember the first Dead or Alive, you can actually go into the options and you can put your age in, and the higher you put your age, the more the women's boobs bounce. So if you put your age as 0, they'd be completely stationary when they jumped. If you put them as 99, they'd bounce and jiggle for about a minute. And that was a big thing in the first Dead or Alive game.
Before we go into that,
yeah.
Before we go into that, Anina is going to be heading off. So Anina, thanks for being on the show tonight.
Thank you. I'm trying to leave early. I've just got a early wake-up call tomorrow, and it's already...
Have a great day at work.
in UK time.
And we will, and hopefully we'll have you back on the show very, very soon. So,
I'd love to stay and chat and discuss, but I'll leave it to you. I did want to mention before I go. I think I sat here thinking, and I wrote a little list of my favorite female characters, and I think absolute favorite, if I have to choose, would be Jade from Beyond Good and Evil.
Yes, I was going to talk about
Jade. I think that's a fantastic character, not sexualized, and just amazing adventure you get to go on with her. There should be more characters like that. I mean, I don't mind the odd skimpy outfit. I mean, I like Bayonetta, and that's a very sexualized character. But yeah, just enjoy your conversation. Just wanted to give my 2 cents, and have a good night, guys.
Good night. Have a good night.
Good night.
We'll keep on that. So let's keep on in terms of the Team Ninjas aspect on the Metroid series. So in terms of that, in terms of the Metroid series itself, why would they take the character into that direction? And guys, if you want to listen to more of the show, you can do by plugging us into the archive once the show wraps up. So we only got 60 seconds left. We're going to continue talking about strong female characters in gaming.
Oh, you didn't give phone number.
Yeah, no worries on that one. I think we just want to stick on topic tonight. So, Jamie, what do you think of this? What do you think of Samus's transition from being a strong female character to the other end, where they kind of bastardized her in a sense?
I think it's typical. I mean, sadly. So, to be honest, I can't speak much on the topic because I don't know much about Metroid. I mean, I got a demo of one of the games that were coming out back when I was like 14 or so, and I didn't know what to do with those kind of games because I'd never really gamed before. Yeah. So basically, all I did was roll around in a ball the entire time. I didn't know what to do.
So going on from there, and you're right, Xander, it's Dead or Alive 1, 2, 3, Extreme Volleyball.
Yeah, that's a weird game.
Well, also I want to say that not only is it Team Ninja, but look at the main developer. I don't think he's with the company anymore. But Atagi, he was actually accused of sexual harassment. So I mean, this guy made games that were very, sexual, and some, women would look at it as sexist, and he couldn't keep his hands to himself either, apparently, a couple of years back. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it does feel like a game that was written by a man who says, I know what a woman's like. This is what a woman's like. So it's a really sexist man's like, I'm not going to take any advice from women. I'm going to write how I know women are.
Yeah, it's Yoshio Sakamoto. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, Dead or Alive games are just a whole different. That's a whole fucked up subject. So they've got a really good fighting engine. They were the first people to have counters.
Oh, it's an excellent game. I mean, and really, that's when it all comes down to it. I mean, sometimes you just have to. We live in a society that's full of being politically correct and stepping on each other's toes to try not to offend anyone. But at the same time, I mean, it's entertainment. It is what it is. I mean, like, do I always agree with the things they do? I don't. But, you know, I look at game developers as artists, and they can express themselves as long as it's nothing too weird. But yeah, I mean, I don't really agree with some of the over-sexual things. Like, honestly, that's why there's a lot of anime I don't watch. I mean, I'm very picky with my anime because my drummer, like, he loves anime. And he'll talk to me about an anime, and I'm like, is it what I think it is? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, is it some guy that's a virgin, that's shy, that finds some girl that's got big boobs that likes him? And he's like, oh, and it's the sexual tension the whole time.
But it's the same thing. If you ever see Tetsuya Muyo, the most hilarious thing, the most funniest thing about it is that he's basically being hounded by all these alien women. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I can see the hilarity in it, but to me it just gets old. Like, I'd rather watch Fist of the North Star where, you know, they punch each other and the guy's head explodes.
Oh, one of my favorite series.
Check out, if you don't like the stuff that you're talking about, check out Ergo Proxy.
Ah, all right.
Ergo Proxy is like the complete opposite. Like, it's nothing like that.
Okay. In the business section known as fan service. Anything,
yeah.
They go, oh, fan service, and it is literally just for no reason they have a boob shot or upskirt shot for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, and again, let's talk about another series, Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh God, I've never played that.
Written by the Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn. Basically produced by Suda51 in Grasshopper Manufacturer and WB Games. Who's played that? Have you played that, Zach?
Yeah, I beat it, yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was really funny. And, you know, the funny thing about that game is even though, yeah, she's like this cheerleader, you know, dumb type girl, her sidekick is actually the male. So her boyfriend is about to turn into the zombie or whatever, and she cuts his head off with the chainsaw before he can. And so, like, his head is, like, worn on her belt, and he, like, talks to her, and, like, he's like the sidekick throughout the game. Now, as far as people go about, you know, how far this game takes it, there's actually an achievement in this game of you actually being able to look up her skirt. Yeah. So you can move the camera, and every time you move it, she kind of puts her hand over the back of her skirt or whatever. But if you do it, like, quick enough in, like, the right, you know, rotation or where you can see up, and you'll get the achievement.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in humor, you know. It's at the point where it's like, okay, so the game is ridiculous. First of all, there's zombies all over the place or whatever. When she cuts them in half, there's like glitter and rainbows coming out of them, you know, and she has these crazy, you know, moves, and she can buy extra stuff, and it's just stupid, and it's meant to be funny and whatever. So it's not meant to be.
I agree. It's for me. I've played it. And it's a hack and slash. It's just a hack and slash. If you take away the whole her being and all that, you know, sort of, you know, I'm a cute girl and stuff like that. She actually is a kick-ass, and I believe James Gunn was actually saying he modeled her off of the Buffy film, the Buffy movie, rather than the TV series.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, but
that's funny.
That was kind of the stereotypical sort of 80s. Female, you know, it was never supposed to be basically any damsels in distress. She kicks ass. You know, dependent on her image and the way she acts, she still kicks butt, and she still takes out these monsters rather easily. And as you said, her boyfriend is the kind of the sidekick in the end. He's like this walking head without a body, you know. And you have like two different endings depending on how you complete the game. You have the good ending, where, you know, she goes off to basically hunt with the family yet again, and then you have the bad ending where her mom ends up turning into a zombie. Did you get the good ending or the bad ending?
I got the one where she went back with the family. I didn't even know there was two different endings. So
yeah, I got the bad ending.
Okay.
But again, it was one of those games that I had fun with it. It didn't have much replay value, but I had fun with it nonetheless. But it's kind of one of those things you expect from Suda. he's a giant perv, but he doesn't do it in such a way where, you know, you're going to see all these women like naked or boobs flapping about everywhere. He does write some very good and strong, powerful characters. Like, if you ever played No More Heroes, one of my favourite games. And because it takes sexual satire and takes it to a new level, it's not supposed to be like, you know, damsel in distress, man goes and saves them. The lead boss in the end of the game is actually a woman, and who kicks fucking ass, you know, and who turns out to be his sister as well. And it's most of the women that he fights in the game are crazy lunatics. It's just a little bit of fun. If you see it from that perception, rather than see it from the perception that, you know, that, oh, these are characters that are being treated with such respect, I think you'd have fun with them. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I know a couple of people said, oh, it's all in fun, she's dressed like this, she's dressed like that, there's an achievement to look up her skirt, it's all in fun. But would you say the same if it was if the main game character was a black man with chains around his neck? Oh, it's only in a bit of fun.
Afro Samurai, the movie.
No, that's a film. But if you're a game...
they had a game version of it as well.
Okay, but is that...
They've had black characters like that.
Okay, and you're saying that...
I didn't have an issue with it. I played the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I've even played games where you're an Arab terrorist and you're blowing up buildings. I just have no issue with it. I just look at gameplay and style, and as long as it has a good story. But it depends on people. What about you, Xander? What's the character in your sense, like you've recently played, that has a strong female in it, or a character that you've seen that's kind of been treated in such a manner that you didn't think it was great?
Like who do I think was the strongest and who do I think was the weakest?
Yeah.
Strongest, I would say, would be like let's see, you know, Lara Croft. That would be definitely one of them. Terra from Final Fantasy VI. She was very strong. Weak characters I could think of would be like, you know, this is the stereotypical like save the princess type ordeal. I do have to say I did like the games though that, like, Final Fantasy IX was a really good example where they would show the female character being a damsel in distress and progressing through the game and becoming stronger, like Garnet, Princess Garnet, when she changed her name to Dagger, and you would see her throughout the game. You know, she was this princess and she was very sheltered, and then towards the end of the game she was like a badass. Like, she grew up. That was I think that's really cool too.
So do you think if a character kind of redeems themselves in a sense, does that kind of bring it up? Like, if a character has a journey, has a story behind them, and like something like, for instance, Bayonetta, in terms of games, you know, her character seems over-sexualized, but at the same level, she has her own story. She destroys gods, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I see nothing wrong with a character that's like overly sexual and overly powerful. I see nothing wrong with that. I mean, to me, that's just as much testosterone level as Kratos from God of War. You know, it's like, you know, he's that He-Man, you know, badass guy, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, or, you know, like one of these characters or actors that you see in these movies. I mean, to me, I mean, a girl can look hot and kick ass too. I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, Zach, what about you? What game stands out for you?
Well, one thing that sticks out to me, as I remember, is in Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, both of them, out of the 4 characters in each game, both of them have a female character in each. So, you know, all stats are the same in those games, but you have the choice to be a female, and she's just as good as everybody else. I mean, I feel like if you look at things like Seinfeld, it's like, you know, they had to put a female character in to kind of, you know, make it more diverse and to appeal to more people. And I feel like that's what you're going to almost get in a lot of these games. They're going to throw a female in or you know, an extra whatever type of character to appeal to that one more person.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what game I've played recently. I mean, I haven't played Left 4 Dead in a while, but I remember that both of them give you the option to play with a female. What I've been playing recently, I mean, I don't know that there's been a female in it, but I'm trying to think.
You were talking about Beyond Good and Evil. You said,
yeah, well, Beyond Good and Evil is amazing. Yeah. Jade is an amazing character. I always liked her. I thought she was great throughout the entire game.
Is that the one where she's a photographer?
Yep, that's the one. Yeah. And I don't know. That's just a great game. And I remember one of the parts the dude she lives with, Piggy, the pig. I don't remember what his name is. Let me check it out real quick. Anyway, he's kind of like the guy who's, he's kind of like the guy teaching her, and then later on, she's the one who has to go and save him. And I don't know, it's just she's a badass, and like I don't know the other girl's name who's on this. She's recently on here. What is her name?
Who's that?
Hey,
the
can
other,
you guys hear me?
No.
The other host.
Yeah, Nina.
Nina.
Yeah.
Like she was saying, this is a girl who's never been over-sexualized. You look at Lara Croft, who from the start was. Not that I have any. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. And then you look at, of course, Lollipop Chainsaw. The only one thing that's the only game that she's been in.
Yeah.
But this girl was never over-sexualized, and she was strictly kind of like the badass. And it definitely needs a sequel, and at least it needs an HD remake. Because, or at least, forget even an HD remake, it needs to be on, if it's not, it needs to be on somewhere where you can just download it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. It's one of those games where it was done really, really well at the same time. But in terms of, what Ubisoft and Microsoft are like at the moment, they'll, depending on what happens, they'll see... it depends on what they want in terms of these games. So, Jamie, what about you? What's the defining sort of female gaming character that you've looked at and said, you know what, that's been amazing? Like a recent game that you've seen.
Yeah.
And the opposite, of course, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think here. Of course, gosh, I really liked. Gosh, Lara Croft, of course, has just come such a long way. Her and Ada Wong as well. They're only, of course, in the beginning of Ada Wong's campaign, she was extremely sexualized. I guess I'll have to be that guy and just be like Lara Croft. I love how far they've taken her, how they've given her more character, how the reboot kind of went back to the start of everything, and I like how it seems like they're giving her a female love interest. I think that's really interesting and just really and I love Ellie from The Last of Us. I think that she was one of the characters that I really liked, because once again she was able to do things on her own. She took care of Joel. She had a female love interest. I really like how people are going more diverse with the female characters and how they're able to take care of people who are normally taking care of them.
Okay.
As for one of my least favorites, I am going to get shat on for this. So everyone be ready. I think that Mike should personally be ready for the betrayal button.
Hey, you don't ask for the betrayal.
No, I said I think he should be ready because I think he's going to be like, oh my god, I hated Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite.
I don't know if that's a qualified betrayal. What do you think?
I've never played it. Never played
it.
I haven't played it, sir. I haven't played it.
Well, I
have a reason.
Okay, but you have cosplayed as her.
I do. Well, here's my reason though. Like, here's my reasoning behind it, and you'll understand why I actually cosplay as her. I liked. She started out as the really, the innocent, fun-loving, kind of naive girl, and who just like to run around and have a whole bunch of fun and just, oh, Booker, you saved me, thank you for saving me from the tower, and they ran around and she was mystified by everything, and I really liked that characteristic, and that's why I cosplayed that version of Elizabeth, because she was mystified by everything, and I loved her innocence. Through the game, she becomes, emotionally traumatized, and she instantly becomes bitch Elizabeth. Like, I hated the fact that her character development was for her to become spoiler alert, a fucking murderer because, I see it fit, and I have to stop it. This is the only way I can stop it, so I'm just going to start murdering everyone for revenge. And because that's the only way that I can stop it. I have not cosplayed that version of Elizabeth, and while I might do it because it's very Victorian and I love the outfit, I will never cosplay it because of her character. The second version I cosplay, which is from Burial at Sea, is what wrapped up the entire character, and why I do have a little bit more love for Elizabeth than what I started, and that's because basically she saw that killing people for revenge wasn't going to do shit. Because in the end, she got hers. She just dipped so low that she almost got a child killed. And she basically pretty much became the thing that she hated. And in the end, she saw that that was wrong, and spoiler alert, she died because of her wrongs. And in the end, she saw what she did wrong, and she was the one who started BioShock. She was the one who set up everything for Jack to start up in the first game. So
why is she considered? If she's the thing that I find kind of in terms of the way that she is, that's not a bad thing. She's still a strong female character, but she's someone who needed to be redeemed.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think she was strong, but I guess I just hated the way her character development happened. And I don't know, I didn't like her attitude toward the end of the game. I ended up loving her in the beginning and hating her at the end.
That was a twist about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the way it came about. And of course, I have a whole rant on BioShock, how I think the ending was too soon and too quick. But Elizabeth was one that was complete. She was strong, but in the end, it was, like you said, it was a twist about it that I didn't like. If we're talking about completely and utterly useless female characters, Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah.
Leon!
Where are you going, Leon? Leon, wait! Oh, you pervert! Just constantly. Where are you going, Leon?
One that stirred the whole freaking escort mission crap.
Oh my god.
Because I know that we've had escort missions prior to that, but she's the one that gave that whole escort mission meme of, we can't freaking stand this. Because she would get, like, the slightest touch, she would get killed. And then you would end up freaking losing the game and stuff. She was driving me bloody insane. Well, what do you think, Xander?
She was annoying as shit. I do want to mention one thing, because Jamie, she's a cosplayer, and I'm trying to open up another huge 2-hour discussion, but I have to say, cosplayers like Jamie are the people that I love doing cosplays, people that actually take time to look at the character and stuff like that. I have to slam a cosplayer I can't stand.
Go for it.
Jessica Negri.
I fucking hate Jessica Negri.
Yeah.
The reason why I cannot stand her is because she is that
Is she the one who's she's got the big boobs and she poses as every single fucking character on the planet?
Yeah, and they look nothing.
Her, Yaya Han?
And it looks
Sounds
nothing.
good to me.
Well, the thing is, to me, when I look at cosplay, these are people that are trying to portray these characters and trying to bring them into real life. She's just trying to
portray the characters.
She's just trying to just be over sexual. That's all it is.
Right,
Look at her as the 10th Doctor. I'm sorry, the 10th Doctor doesn't look like that. She doesn't even look like these characters. She's just hey, I want to wear a trench coat and cleavage. I'm the 10th Doctor. No, you're not. You're like
her
a
Ash
freaker.
Her Ash Ketchum with the bra and the booty skirt, and she's like, I'm the Pokemon Master. No, you're fucking not. Oh look, Jessica Negri's boobs are cosplaying again. And
why wouldn't she be the girl?
The problem I mainly have with Jessica Negri
she's revealing her cleavage. Everything she does reveals her cleavage.
Yeah. The problem I have with her is, like, I cosplay sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I cosplay a lot, and I cosplay guys. I cosplay girls, and then I cosplay. I have girls coming up where I'm doing Pirate Jill Valentine soon. So yeah, I'm going to have a booty skirt, and I'm going to have boobs hang, like, cleavage. Now I've got a forced cleavage because I'm not that impressive. But,
Zach, there you go. Well, let the men be the judge. I'm joking.
and you know, it's like, you know, she has said, I cosplay because, you know, I cosplay things like this because I know what my fans want, okay? Well, they're not fans of your cosplay, they're fans of your boobs, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, of course, because every single cosplay she does, she's done, I've just seen one of her doing Jake, Nathan Drake.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally a Nathan Drake outfit with her boobs coming out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I've just posted in the Skype chat her doing Freddy Krueger, and it's literally her at the top with her boobs hanging out.
I think I should set on fire for that, simply because Freddy is, like, my favorite.
He's mine as well. He's actually my favorite horror character. And then, yeah, she's got her doing Assassin's Creed with her cleavage.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is her cleavage hanging out because she wants to make sure that people...
And stomach.
Yeah, it's not... She's not doing it because she wants to correctly portray the character. She's doing it because she wants to show as much cleavage as she possibly can. I understand the reason why people are getting annoyed about it. But she is also equally successful at what she does. And does anyone know that she actually likes these characters? She's actually played these characters?
It looks like she puts a lot of effort into her costumes.
Yeah.
So I've also heard that she doesn't make a lot of her costuming. Her Harley Quinn that she did, like the New 52, she didn't, from what I hear, she did not actually make that costume, and she goes around not giving credit for the person who did make it.
But I've noticed she's done Pokemon cosplays, and again, just cleavage. She's got one of her as Link, which has no cleavage. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I like her FemLink. I kind of like that. I mean, I'm going to do a FemLink in the future. I mean, I'm not going to show as much leg as she does, so.
Yeah, but do you feel... has anybody, like, seen any question and answer videos or anything that she's done, or any articles talking about the characters that she's portrayed, if she actually has portrayed them? Because the way I see it is, if someone can portray a character and say, hey, I want to be... Because I understand where you're coming from, Xanix, because, like, there is a lot of hard work coming into cosplaying. And one of my things that I always want to do is I want to cosplay as Palette Swap Link, basically in the blue hat, blue costume, and brown. It's basically a different shade of Link. But that's kind of a character that I always wanted to do.
Right.
But in terms of her, do you think that she's portraying the characters how she feels that she would look as them? Or do you think it's let's show as much cleavage as I possibly can?
I think she cosplays those characters like that because I want to be pretty, and even if these characters aren't pretty, they're going to be pretty, and I'm going to be sexy, and I'm going to have sex appeal because that's what my fans want, and everything like that. Look at her Freddy Krueger. Do you see any burn makeup on her?
No, that just looks weird. We feel things for Freddy Krueger that I should never feel.
Like I am. No, hey, I have a Freddy Krueger shirt. I have a Freddy Krueger shirt that says Hottie, and on the back it says Mrs. Krueger. He's sexy. But if I do a Miss Krueger at some point, I'm doing burn makeup.
Yeah, you got to. And is that your issue, Xander? Is it because she's not portraying these characters accurately?
I mean, I think she's just doing it just for sex appeal. I don't think she's just doing it to be that.
Oh, look, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, do that whole like, oh my god, I'm just like, because I've seen girls like that when I went to conventions, like girls that I know are fucking fake. Yeah. You know, that's the thing. Like, I would see some girl dresses like, Poison Ivy or something, and she's just really talking down about herself, and she's like, oh, I don't know why everyone wants to take pictures of me. I'm like, come on, I'm not stupid.
You got your cleavage out.
It's just, I hate people that sit there and just do crap for attention like that. I'm like, get a hold of yourself, grow up, you know?
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Zach? Do you think there's an issue with this, or do you feel that it's one of those things you're like, meh, they want to do it, let them do it? Zach? I think he's gone for a toilet break. So let's let's ask you, Ollie. What's the most positive and negative that you've seen in terms of female protagonists, females in gaming in general?
Negative. I mean, I'm going to try and avoid what everyone else has already said, but I'm going to go down my recent experience on Watch Dogs, to be honest.
Oh god, those are badly written female characters.
The main female kind of side character starts off useless, ends up getting kidnapped and killed, and that's her whole...
She wasn't even killed properly. She was shot in the arm and shot in the freaking leg.
And then she died from that on the grave of the main character's niece.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she is the most...
It's just add salt to the wound, and then he puts, like, flowers on her.
Yeah, so she is literally so useless. They make her out to be so powerful, like I'm a hardcore hacker, but she can't do as soon as...
Oh my god, that was Big Dog or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But then as soon as a hacking thing comes up, she goes, I can't do that.
Yeah, you need a man to do that.
Yeah. So that really annoyed me. There are others, but... Yeah, and best, I would probably say my favourite is around the time Resident Evil 2 came out, so sort of Claire Redfield.
Yeah, she was good. She held that game down.
Yeah, but the thing
Leon was actually considered a secondary character.
Yeah, but the thing is, the good thing about that is the stories were interchangeable, so it was the same story for both characters.
Yeah, because you had 2 discs. One disc was Leon, one disc was Claire.
Yeah. There actually were differences in the playthroughs.
Yeah,
there are differences in Claire's and Leon's playthroughs in the way that, I think, was it Claire's playthrough that you get more of an explanation for everything, and in Leon's playthrough it's just kind of like, fuck it, Ada?
Yeah, well, and like the shopkeeper and stuff at the beginning speaks to Claire slightly differently. Or, what's her name from Parasite Eve? That was around the same time. The woman from Parasite Eve was fucking badass. She wasn't really sexualized.
No, she was awesome. She had this, like, gene inside of her, because Parasite Eve was a different take. It was around about the same time as Resident Evil.
It was made by the same people. It was made by Capcom.
Yeah.
Made by the same, right?
Like Ada Wong's twin.
Square, wasn't it?
It was, I believe it was by Square.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was
my
Square,
bad.
But it was one of my favourite games to play. Yeah, it was by Square. And basically it was an action role-playing game. It was a survival horror video game as well, developed by Square, now Square Enix. The third game in the series is Third Birthday, which was released on the PSP. And not many people have played that game. And the reason why most started it was they feel that game's going to bastardize Parasite Eve in general.
Yeah, no, the game, again, it came out the same. It had a very similar mechanics to Resident Evil.
Yeah.
The camera angles were the same, the movement was the same.
Yeah, you're basically Aya Bree, who's an NYPD rookie. She's attending an opera at the Carnegie Hall. And during the opera, everyone in the building spontaneously combusts, except for Aya, and an actress on stage named Melissa Pierce. Yeah. Aya confronts Melissa on stage, and Melissa says that Aya's mitochondria needs more time to develop, and she leaves backstage giving chase. It's like this mutation, in a sense, in herself.
She's a badass character, and it's a proper horror game. It's scary.
Yeah, she was the first kind of strong female protagonist that you saw during the PS era. I think she predates Lara Croft, I believe. I believe she does. Yeah, I believe she does.
The Japanese version, because it came out, it was big in Japan first, and then they brought it out over here.
March 29th, 98 was the release date in Japan. So, when was to the first Tomb Raider? I'll have a look. Google is our friend!
I mean, it says 96.
Oh.
Okay, so she's after.
But I mean,
But she was really, she was placed in that sort of strong, domineering role, and she was never sort of sexy. And so I've seen loads of people cosplay her, though. She is, in my opinion, I love these games. These are actually ones that I hold very dear in my PlayStation collection.
Yeah. Jamie, have you ever cosplayed as?
Avery?
No, I haven't, but I've looked into it. I really have. I think I might do it in the future. I had a wig that was perfect for her, and I kind of bastardized it and kind of chopped it up and massacred it to be my William Birkin wig. But then I got a good William Birkin wig, and now that wig is a friend's wig because it was horrible. I tried to cut it and layer it, and it was absolutely horrible. But
the joint games I really, really like.
What's that?
The ones that you can, at the beginning, you can choose your gender.
Oh, do you mean like where you could play FemShep in
No. I mean things like Fallout, the
Yeah.
Oblivion series,
Skyrim.
Knights of the Old Republic, stuff where you could choose your gender and your look.
Mm.
Because then I really like that. Because then the Mass Effect even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the new South Park game.
Yeah. Is that you can make yourself female in that? I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
See, that is with the Mass Effect was really good for I feel, because they actually brought separate covers out as the woman. So male covers and female covers.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. I think in terms of games, roles, genders, it's all kind of how you identify the character. You should never be forced in a certain role in terms of the games that you play. Now, going on from that, let's go on to a final question about who is your favourite female villain and who is your least favourite female villain? We'll start with you, Xander.
My favorite villain and least favorite villain, like female?
Yeah.
Let me think. You know what? One of my favorite villains is the main bad guy in Battletoads. She's awesome.
Oh yeah. She was actually hot.
Yeah, she was really cool. My least favorite villain, I can't really think off the top of my head. Not really. Not right now. I can't.
Okay. What about you, Zach?
I'm trying to think. One of the people that I can think of is Sophia Lamb from BioShock 2. I always thought she was quite the bitch. So yeah, she really annoyed me. As far as the ones I liked, I don't know. Another person who annoyed me was Yuffie. I hated Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII. I know she's not a villain, but as a secret character, she was. Yeah.
Hey, you didn't have to. She was optional. You avoid.
Yeah, she was optional. So you look at the two optional characters from Final Fantasy VII, which were Vincent Valentine, who is the fucking man, and I think he's amazing, and Yuffie, who steals all your shit, and she's an asshole to you, and then, she's a dick. So I hated Yuffie. I don't know. I feel like Sophia Lamb was a bitch, and I feel like Yuffie was a bitch, and I'm trying to think of one that I liked, not necessarily a character.
I like bitch.
What's up?
Bitch.
Yeah, they really were both bitches. Sophia Lamb was an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, this is just off the top of my head, so I don't know. One that I'm trying to think of a villain who I liked, and the only one I can think of is one of the female Koopas from Super Mario World. I don't remember what the name of her was. The one with the pink bow. The one with the pink bow. I don't remember which one it was, but
for me, I think the best character in terms of like a female villain that I enjoy. Oh, this is a. There's numerous ones I would actually put out as. I would class Ada Wong as a villain because she previously was until Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like she was
she was neutral. She wasn't good or bad.
No, she was bad. Clear cut. Previously. Yeah, she was a hired gun.
Yeah, they're not bad.
She was a hired gun, but technically Wesker wasn't doing too much bad. He was just trying to round everything up.
Stop defending Wesker. He's evil.
I will defend Wesker.
You want yourself some Wesker juice. That's all
I would cuddle with him.
You drink
I would cuddle with him. No sex. No, thank you.
You drink the Wesker Kool-Aid.
No, bueno. No, thank you.
Are you going Japanesey?
Hi.
No good. No good.
No good. No lemon flesh.
no hentai. No bad. No
hentai.
Hentai bad.
No touchy.
Is this racist?
Yes.
A little.
No, because hentai is bad.
It's Jamie's first stint at racism. We've kind of basically destroyed her and brought her to our dark side.
Yeah, sure, if you want to believe that.
That it's what I like to believe, but I know that's probably not true.
Yeah.
No good. But so I'd say Ada Wong, and in terms of the worst bad guy, For me, I'll say anything in freaking Dead or Alive. I hate that game.
Not really bad guys though.
Women in that game are just all like, ah, Babs, do you want to see more boobs? Do you love Dead or Alive?
What's wrong with that?
They did reduce that in the later games. They did make it more about fighting.
They tried.
Yeah.
They tried to make it more about
But
fighting.
then they brought out a beach volleyball game.
Yeah,
Dude, I hate that game. Have you guys actually played that game?
I have.
I have.
I could never. Okay, so when you actually play that game, you have to buy people gifts and shit. I almost could never get anybody to play volleyball with me. They're all like, I don't know, I don't want to play with you. And like I'd buy them a bunch of shit and they still wouldn't play with me. I hate that game. I hate that game.
Is that the reason why you and Kyla don't release more vids? Because you got to buy her shit so she can do the videos with you?
Yeah, gotta buy her more shit. No, but like that, I remember that one thing. I remember Kyla bought Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, and we were so excited to play it, and we could not get any girls to play with us. They were bitches. They're pretty much like, oh, send me something tonight, and maybe I'll play tomorrow. So like, we'll buy her some shit and send it to her in her hotel. The next day, they're like, I don't know. I'm like, fuck you. Like, I'll play by myself. I really don't care. Like, I don't know. I hated that game. It was so hard. It was like they made it into like this big, like almost RPG where it didn't need to be. You know, it was so annoying.
So cool. She played your wingman in a Dead or Alive game.
Yeah.
Getting a girl to play beach volleyball with you. I just want to see your boobs.
Yeah.
Tell them. I just want to see their boobs.
Okay.
Kiss. Don't worry, honey. I'll send them their shit. I'll send them more shit. It's fine.
Yeah. Just buy more things for them.
Yeah, honey, come on. I'm
No,
running
but, like,
out of money.
I would buy them all kinds of stuff, and they just didn't want to play with me. They're probably just jealous.
Yeah, that's what it was. You're too sexy for them to handle. Did you type in, like, in the comment section, I have a big penis? And they were just like, still no.
They could see the line from my bathing suit.
Oh, my God. So, Xander, have you ever played Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball?
Yes, and I hated it.
Yeah, it's shit. Like, if everyone would just play with me, it would have been fine.
No, this is exactly it. You have to buy gifts for people to get them to like you. Like, fuck.
Yeah. It was bullshit.
Like, see what I
It's like I already paid money for this game. Why do I have to keep paying money in this thing? You know?
Oh my God, I bet they're going to bring that back and, like, have tons of DLC. Like, yeah, you got to buy this, you got to buy them an extra gift.
No, but that gets really atrocious because you have to then take pictures with them in their bikinis and stuff, and then hand in the pictures because they like it. It's like, what?
They took that game entirely too far. They took that game. Okay, all that game should have been is I go to one of the volleyball tournaments and like one of the places you can play volleyball. I pick a partner and I play. Instead, it's me picking the place I want to play at, pleading to this girl to come play with me, and then she says some shit like, I actually don't really like you. So it's like, oh, crap. So then it's like, oh, by the way, it's the end of the day. You have to go back to your hotel. Then you're in your hotel. You buy a gift. You send it to her. She decides to open it whenever. You go find her the next day. She still doesn't want to play with you. It's like, I don't have time for this. Come on.
Sounds worse than Watch Dogs.
Dude, it's horrible. And like I said, the only thing they needed to do, like, the gifting process should have been voluntary. They should have just played with you regardless.
Okay. Now, me and Michael are basically going to do a Let's Play of this, so...
Yeah, I think we should.
Look out for it. See if we can work out how to...
We'll probably end up being a short play. We'll probably end up doing one video, and then I'm going to throw the fucking disc out the window.
Take the fucking flowers!
Yeah. Just take the flowers! What's wrong with you, woman?
Yeah.
You see
and then there's like dudes giving you gifts. Like, guys who want to just bone you giving you gifts. And you can go buy stuff and stuff. But I don't know. I just didn't have a pleasant time playing it. It just seemed like more often than not, girls were like, fuck off.
Wow.
Did you have that, Xander? Did you have girls telling you to fuck off?
Oh, they're always telling me to fuck on. What are you talking about?
Well, there we go, guys. We're going to leave it on that interesting note. And well, actually, Ollie, do you want to put yours in first before we do?
Thank you for remembering me again.
Yeah, I didn't get to put mine in either. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
You're fucking
okay. So Ollie first.
Verhan, you have betrayed us.
Yes, I have betrayed you. Okay, I'm gonna.
You betray me every day.
Betrayal! Betrayal!
Yeah, that's right.
Betrayed me!
So Ollie, you go first, then Jamie, and then we go to the plugs.
I would say the worst female villain is Sorceress Ultima. Because she is a stupid bitch. Because she's like, I know, I'm going to compress the future, the past, and the present into the same time so only I can survive.
Why? So basically, she's space saving.
No, but she's from Final Fantasy VIII, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's like, I'm the only one who can survive in this, like, null space, so fuck everyone else. It's like, how is that a villain? That's just a stupid person.
Sounds like a selfish woman.
Yeah, it's just, I don't understand. That
Sounds like my ex-wife, actually. Only I can live in this house. You go!
No, it's just the whole... Oh, it's so fucked up. And then she possesses people in the past and all that bullshit.
Favourite?
Favourite? Oh, I honestly don't know. I'm probably gonna go down the same route and actually say Sorceress Eva. I know she turns good, but she was a badass. She ruled an entire continent. She killed the main character, who magically survived. But yeah, she killed him with a big ice bolt.
That always happens in the Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, but an ice bolt through his chest, and he gets up and he's like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll just walk it off.
Yeah.
What about you, Jamie?
Alright, I have to say one of my favorites
Yeah.
was GLaDOS.
Yo, I love GLaDOS too. She's awesome.
I really love GLaDOS. I liked how in the second game her story was heartbreaking. I from seeing this playthrough of the second Portal once again, because I haven't had a chance. I want to get it, but I haven't had a chance to. I'm actually doing a human GLaDOS later on, either this year or early next year, and I can't wait to make the headpiece. That's gonna be so cool. But I loved her story. The thing with Caroline, and oh god, it broke my heart. I felt things for GLaDOS I didn't think I was gonna end up feeling. Like I cried.
You felt the feels.
I felt the feels. Like I cried over her. I cried for a fucking robot. I'm like, what? It was wonderful. I loved GLaDOS. My least favorite. Please understand, I'm not saying she's one of my least favorite characters. I love this character to death. I cosplay this character. I'm saying she was a bad villain in the games. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was terrible in the Batman video games. They took her so far out of character that she wasn't even Harley anymore. And I'm so glad that in the newer game she's actually been given a chance to fight, and she has some pretty kick-ass moves. But that doesn't change the fact that she's out of character, and overall I think she was a really bad villain in the games. I think if they went more with her comics nature, or the, well, of course the animated series nature, because that came first, I think she would have been a little bit of a better villain. And if they actually gave her a chance to fight in the first game, that would have been actually wonderful. But
Wait.
What?
Are you saying that if they gave her a chance to fight, that she would have been better than she had been before?
I'm saying no. She could not stand up against Batman. She would have gotten her ass kicked. But I'm saying that the fact that her first move against Batman is, die, you big ugly bat! And then she does a cartwheel. He just literally steps to the side and just, cut out, you're done. That's some bullshit. She had 9 years worth of gymnastics. She could have at least put in a few punches before he took her down. But she would have gotten her ass.
But she had DLC, right? She didn't get her in the DLC.
Yeah.
She had a DLC, but it was completely out of character. It was completely out of character for Harley Quinn.
Apparently she's going to be doing a lot more in terms of Arkham Knight.
Oh, I know, and I'm horrified. I'm horrified because they're ruining one of my favorite characters, and the fan base is going insane because they're ruining Harley. What? What is it, Zach?
Wait.
Go on.
Wait. Are you telling me? What you're saying is that you wish that she was able to fight and taken more seriously? Are you saying that's what you want from Harley Quinn?
I would say that those words
so that's
filling
what
out
saying
my pie hole, Zach. Yes.
Are those the words filling out of your pie hole?
Those are the words filling out of my pie hole because while she's a jester, shut up. While she is a jester, her character needs to be taken a little seriously. I don't think she needs serious. No, she's not a serious character. But they're not taking her seriously.
Okay.
They are putting her out there
but...
as a fat magnet, as a hooker-looking clown.
As a fat magnet. That is amazing. Somebody put that on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt. That really sounds like...
Dan, do you think Harlan's a fat magnet in the Arkham?
I don't even like the Arkham games that much anymore. I played Arkham City, and that was it.
So
no, but my point being,
what did you think of like Harley in the Arkham City game though? Did you think she was like, eh?
I fucking hate that game.
I think.
Whoa. One at a time. Let's Xander talk.
I think honestly, did they betray her the way she was in comics? I don't think so, and I think they pretty much just put in there for fan service, even though they still didn't do it right. I think they were just pretty much having her in there like as the animated series Harley Quinn. That's pretty much all it was. She was just pretty much Joker's bitch. That's all it was.
Okay.
You know, like she was just she was just like, oh, Mr. J.
But in the animated series, she had more class.
Jane's a good heart.
Even in the animated series, she had more class.
Okay. Calm. One at a time. Jen next, and then Zach. Go on, Jamie.
Even in the animated series, she had class. She had class. She wouldn't flout around as a kid, getting like just throwing herself around everywhere like she did in Arkham City. She had more class than that, and she's not stupid. She has a college degree in psychology. She's taking 9 years of gymnastics. She's not stupid, and she's not a slut.
Yeah, she's Catwoman.
Yes, Catwoman wasn't necessarily a slut either, but she knew how to use what she had to get what she wanted. There's a difference. She's a tease.
She was a fat magnet.
You're a bitch.
No, that was my
You started this.
No, that's your thing. Like, I'm gonna put it on.
Right.
It's brilliant.
Put it on IGG.
I'm gonna put it on an IGT t-shirt. Send it to Jamie. So let's go.
Dude, it's amazing.
Let's go on to the plugs. And
whoa, hang on. I want to say one thing. Let me say one thing.
Go.
So what we just talked about was her saying that she wanted pretty much people like Harley Quinn and this kind of stuff to be taken more seriously. You know, maybe be able to fight, whatever. And that's exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about Princess Peach. You know, being a part of like Mario RPG, where they gave her a more serious role. Even if she was a healer, she was wearing dresses, she still had a more serious role than just being the person who was kidnapped all the time and was starting the plot. She had nothing to do with the plot of that story being started. They just found her along the way. So you look at what you want for someone like Harley Quinn, and you know you don't want to be the slut who's a little bitch and stupid. You want her to be some who stands up more for herself and can be able to fight and take care of herself. Yeah. That's exactly what they did in Mario RPG with Prince Peach. They turned her into something different than she was before, and you were still trying to like nitpick. So she isn't like a queen to a male because she can't wear the pants.
I'm not even starting Peach thing. I'm not even starting.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the plug section. On that, guys, if you've got your opinions out there and you want to let us know, you can also go to our Gameplay Twitter. You can tweet me at Michael Burhan. You can also give a basically message on Facebook.com/IGotGameplay as well. And if you want to join in the debate between Jay and Zach, you can do all by giving them a message, getting your Nerd on Facebook page, Jamie's Facebook as well. And let's go on to plugs now and move on to Xander. Plug away.
All right. Well, I also hosted a podcast called Says Game Podcast, and listen to Podbean.com or on iTunes. We've had a little bit of delay with our episode 47. We're actually going to have to re-record it this Tuesday just because we were having some issues with Skype and the recorder and everything, and we tried everything we could. We even had Burhan try to help us. It just wasn't possible. So we're going to have episode 47 very, very soon. Also, I have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Xander Scullion, and I've been very busy. I'm trying to do a Q&A video, but I had some audio issues with that as well. It's not in my week, but I'll be having some stuff on there soon, and also you can check out my other videos as well on RetroAndLim.com and the Nerd Genius.
Of course, he's got some amazing videos there. Zach, plug away.
Oh yeah, you can find me on youtube.com/gettingyournerdon. Find me also, go to Facebook and search Getting Your Nerd. I will have a video tomorrow for everybody, whether it's a pickup video or it's a booster video or whatever. There will be something for people to watch tomorrow. I think yeah, or something that makes you look like a fat magnet. Anyway, either way, I will have.
You're welcome.
I will have something out. Yo, that's amazing. I'm coining this term.
That's a new
this term.
Oh, I coined it.
It's Jamie Styles.
No, you didn't coin it.
Jamie Styles.
Okay,
yeah,
term.
The fat magnet.
Oh, don't call her the fat magnet.
Yes.
That's
it's going down right now in history that it was coined on episode, what is this, 83? Episode 83 coined the term fat magnet.
So it's not is West magnet.
What?
Is Wesker a fat magnet?
Honey, he can be anything he wants to be.
No.
Oh my God,
yeah, but,
you hit the knees there. That was a...
Yeah, but women don't fap, though.
Wow.
You never know.
We can.
Yeah.
No. Because fap is an onomatopoeia. So women, it's called schlick, and for men, it's called fap.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit. I can fap and want to fap. I don't know how to be called schlick or shit.
Okay, fine. Go fap. Yeah.
So, Olive he looks like he's having a seizure because he's laughing so hard.
Are you okay? Don't die.
He's dying with laughter at the moment. So yeah, Zach, as you were saying.
Yeah, just search Getting Your Nerd On, find us, watch videos, and yeah, so something will be out tomorrow. So everyone,
and look out for Fat Magnet T-shirt coming soon.
Fat Magnet T-shirts are coming. and slick.
Are they coming? Ha ha ha.
Grow up. Slick magnet
Jamie,
can be something too.
Jamie, plug your channel before this turns into a situation where Ollie looks like he's having a heart attack. Zan, I think, is having a seizure of his own in the background. So plug away your channel before more hilarity ensues.
Okay, really first off, Ollie, don't die.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't die, Ollie.
Calm Blue Ocean.
You can reach me at Hazardous Cosplay on Facebook, HAZRD-US Cosplay. That's on Facebook. Also, go to my friend as well. Also, my Twitter is GVirusJunkie, Junkie spelled Junkie, and I've just recently started posting on my YouTube channel again, which is Shimeji, SHIMEEGE, because the normal spelling was taken. So go on there. I'm going to be doing video game reviews and movie reviews and everything about things in general, and some funny things coming. So just check it out, I guess. Me and my boyfriend.
Yes, and also you can catch us on youtube.com/TheNerd. Myself and Ollie are doing loads of random Let's Plays there. Got a review as well on Watch Dogs coming tomorrow. Reviewed a game from Namco Bandai basically as well, which is the One Piece. Nerdgenius.com for Getting a Nerd Access Gaming Podcast and loads of other articles and stories, including our Quantum Geek article. And also, by the way, the term fat magnet means a girl, porn, or animal that's so hot she attracts fapping. Did you see the?
Yes.
Oh, so it's already been. We've already come up with this.
Dictionary.
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
It's right in there.
Right. So there you go, guys. And I'm Michael Burnham for Xander Scullion, for Jamie Styles, for Zach Latour, for Annie Nikatsky, of course, as well, and for Craig Kellerman saying that we got gameplay.
Fuck you.
No,
Fuck you.
not fuck you. Have you?
No, I'm saying it's you. You forgot me again.
Oh, and Oliver Hughes saying that we got games
Oh, for Ollie.
Every time.
and for some reason I've just booted it up.
Oh,
No, it's fine. Yeah, for basically for Jamie Styles, for Hughes,
Thank you.
for Zan Darling, for Nina, for Craig Kelly, and also for Travis Goss, who's basically doing other things tonight as well. So now we've got gameplay. Have you?
Have you?
If I can actually go into the boards. Oh, I've just been kicked out of the studio. Xander, get your kazoo and play the IGG theme tune.
No, it's not around.
There we go. So let that quickly.
I think I peed a little.
Did you pee a little?
I think.
Ollie peed a little.
I'm sorry. No.
I didn't, but.